You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on NGSCSports.com, where you can get awesome analysis on all things sports. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, subscribe to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports, and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
Ding dong. Hello?
Everybody three count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I didn't get here because I was cute, or because I came from some famous wrestling family, or because I sucked up to the right people. I got here because I am good. I earned this championship.
Frustrated into the goddamn word for it. This is bullshit.
Brett made a very, very selfish decision. Brett's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. Brett screwed Brett. I have no sympathy whatsoever for Brett.
This is my show, and I'm sick of all of you calling me the coward. You're the cowards. I'm the one here day in and day out in that wrestling ring beating people up. Thank you very much.
I don't steal opportunities. I am the opportunity.
3 ain't enough now. I need 5. Welcome in, Jim.
I'm an idiot.
Ryan.
I'm a sausage guy.
Matt.
Who gives a shit?
Tim.
Right on the cock.
And intern Mark.
Hi, boys.
Oh, my goodness. What am I doing? There's a 1. There's a 2. Oh,
wow.
Welcome to 3 Count Thursday, and a happy Thanksgiving to everyone who is listening, who is watching. And we are happy to be with you another week, a Thanksgiving night. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from all of us here at 3 Count Thursday. We are still the podcast of the millennium. You can check out our website, 3countthursday.com. You'll find all of our social media links, our merchandise over at tpublic.com and whatamaneuver.net.
What a maneuver.
Thank you. Our Patreon page, patreon.com/3Count Thursday. Our Collar and Elbow brand deal store.collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code 3Count. Get 10% off each and every order. Our home network is NGSC Sports at NGSCSports.com. And the secondary home is the Leib Sports and Music Network. Ryan, where can the people find that?
You would go on the internet and you'd look up Leib Sports, LEIB Sports.com.
Kobe. Thank you.
Oh, I got a Kobe.
You got a Kobe. So obviously
undeserving Kobe there, but that's all right.
I'll take it where I can get it.
Yeah, you know, you gotta give it to him every now and again.
He says the same thing every week.
Look. Yeah.
All right, I'll say it in Spanish next week.
Will you?
See.
Yes.
All right.
He was invited
So,
to come.
Obviously, a little bit different for us this week. Recording Tuesday night. I have NXT on. Dude, I don't think I could be more out of touch with the NXT brand while we're recording this. Like, Cameron Grimes was crying earlier. I have no idea why.
No, not Cameron.
Cameron Grimes was crying.
Damn it!
You know, he probably didn't make it out to Roots Market today to get no-dick or celery.
So
to make anybody cry.
That could be.
That's true. That's true. Intern Mark, we'll start with you.
How you doing?
Sorry, double clicked it.
Hi, boys. I'm good, real good. Now, is it Tuesday or is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
It's airing on Thursday, but it's Tuesday.
Oh, as we sit here, it's Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody had a lot to eat, and you pass around that pumpkin pie and the green bean casserole and that cranberry sauce that comes out in the can that nobody eats.
I mean, I'd rather it come out of the can than the jar.
So are you guys? Do you do the canned stuff, or do you actually make like a cranberry?
I'm not making shit. I'm buying a can of cranberry gelatin and dumping that out onto the plate.
It's just going to get thrown away anyway, Matt, so you might as well save the efforts.
I'll put more effort into like the other side dishes, and if you want the gelatinous cranberry, it's there for the taking.
It's just for look. It's like parsley. You don't really eat it.
Now, Mark, the most critical question: did you procure Hodecker celery for the
Not did you, but how many stalks did you leave with?
I got a sack full of celery.
Did you bring your own Hodecker celery sack?
I brought you know what? I should go up and get it. I have a sack of Hodecker celery. It's going to be delicious. I cut quite a promo too on the woman as I was buying it at about 7:45 this morning. They're still setting up, and I was buying their celery.
How long of a line was there already at 7:45 a.m.?
Well, I got there it was probably right after 7. I had to wait in line. There was people camping out for that Hodecker celery last night around Roots Market. So by the time I got up there, they were still trying to set up, but they were busy. Once those doors open, people come in.
Can't do it.
So
no, that's great celery because it's not stringy, correct?
Oh, that's correct. You snap into that, and I was
going to say, Mark could go upstairs at the Hottenstein Estates into his kitchen and snap a stalk of Hodecker celery, and we would pick it up on the mic in the basement.
I would. The neighbors would think there was an earthquake here. You get Hillbilly upset. Neighbor Ben would wake up. I mean, it would be bad.
Do you think Hillbilly has ever tried celery?
Does he have enough teeth?
Well, he's got those summer teeth. Some are missing, some are yellow, some are green.
Some are green?
Actually, jack-o'-lanterns were more teeth than what Hillbilly has. I hate to say
Oh, poor Hillbilly.
Now, I don't know that he's tried celery. Yeah, I can put it in a blender for him and make a celery smoothie.
I would feel like he would be the type of guy that would only eat like the ants on a log variety of celery as an adult.
I could see that. You know where you can get some great peanut butter over at Parasol Nuts at Roots Market? Fresh peanut butter. They grind the nuts right there. You put that on your Hodecker celery.
Do they really grind it on site?
They do. It's the last time I got some, they grinded it and handed me the container, and it was warm.
Oh,
unreal!
It was so good.
I might have to make a trip to Roots just to experience that.
Just for that.
Just to see somebody grind their own nuts. Huh?
A warm jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, it was warm. She scooped them up. She just have if I want a half a pound or 5 pounds, and she scooped them up. Next thing I knew, she put in this machine and ground it all up.
Wow.
So was it like a hand crank that she was grinding, or was it like an automated one?
It was automated.
All right, I'm out. Never mind.
She hasn't hand cranked your nuts. Is that what you're asking?
I don't know. She seemed like she was happily married, but you never know.
She probably hand cranked the nuts before she got married, though.
Oh, I would think she'd have to hand crank the nuts.
Naturally.
It was an Amish stand. They'd be hand cranking the nuts. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Their nuts would be hand cranked. Speaking of Amish stands, Countryside Bakery, they're done outside now. I hope you guys are stocked up on your whoopie pies. You won't see them till spring.
Yeah,
they don't have winter seasonal whoopie pies.
They have now. They'll be inside with whoopie pies, but the selection's probably about cut in half.
That's a
you
shame.
won't have the lemon. You won't have
lemon.
The fly pie. Oh, lemon
in the wintertime. That doesn't sound right. That sounds like
no. He said you wouldn't have the lemon.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah,
Jim, you don't listen for shit.
You're right.
Ain't got no lemon. You ain't got no shoe fly pie.
Good.
You ain't got no mocha.
Yeah, I'm fine with not having a shoe fly pie whoopie pie. That just
sounds like one of the worst.
So bad.
Well,
one of the worst ideas.
They can make it wet bottom too. How would you like that?
I would hope that the bottom of a shoot or a whoopie pie would be wet. Like a dry whoopie pie sounds like the worst thing ever.
Dry.
It's too dry. Hillbilly will tell you.
He'll tell you. Matt,
How you doing?
Tell you.
I'm doing well. For all of you guys listening on Thursday, the Hottenstein dance party has just started. Jim is still doing the dishes at everyone's house.
we got throwaways this year.
Oh, did you?
We did.
My wife actually went and ordered an actual roasting pan this year for Thanksgiving. So I told her that she will be in charge of cleaning it too, because I am all about just the disposable aluminum one that I can just pitch once I'm done.
Yeah, we've done the disposable roasting pan like for years, but yeah, we're doing a lot more throwaway stuff this year.
Very smart.
Very smart. I don't want to get stuck doing the dishes.
Doing the dishes.
Right.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Apparently, the only guy on the show that enjoys a thin slice of cranberry sauce with this Thanksgiving dinner.
I like it. I just won't. I
love
won't
it.
hand make it.
Oh no, I'm fine with the shit you shake out of the can. Give me a thin slice, and I'm good to go.
I put it on top of my stuffing every year.
Yep. I think it's crucial for the gobbler sandwich the
Let's say when
following
we
day.
do the leftover sandwich, it adds a little bit of moisture.
Yeah.
Now, is it stuffing or dressing for you guys?
It's stuffing.
I mean, I call it stuffing, but technically it's probably dressing because we don't actually stuff the bird.
Yeah, my bird doesn't.
Wouldn't it be filling then?
Filling
You
or
also don't fill the bird, I
Don't
suppose.
fill the bird, so I think it would be dressing. But I've always called it stuffing.
So you would put it on a salad, is what you're telling me.
I've never thought about that. Why would you have salad at Thanksgiving?
Why would you call it dressing?
See what he did there.
See what I did?
There. So should we call it any of these three things?
Bread cube.
I mean, you do stuff it into the
Casserole.
turkey.
I mean,
Stuff it
we
in the
don't.
bird.
You don't do.
Well, no, some people do.
Some people do.
Well, we stuff it into the pan.
Some people love to get salmonella.
So it's stuffing. We stuff it in the pan and we stuff the pan into the oven.
There you go.
So there we go.
There you go.
Now, was it really
Jim.
salmonella?
E. coli, maybe? Shigella, one of them? I don't fucking know.
One of them I don't risk.
Botulism?
Oh, old botulism will get you.
That's
I
what
love
you
the
get
good old
with
case
the,
of botulism.
Jim, how are you this lovely Tuesday or Thursday evening? I'm assuming full from Thanksgiving if we're pretending it's Thursday?
Probably very full from Thanksgiving if we're pretending it's Thursday. I'm fairly full from dinner tonight, actually.
Oh, what was
He's
dinner
upset
tonight?
that the
We had,
Cowboys lost.
We should talk about that.
Certainly could be. I had a chicken pie for dinner.
I thought CeeDee Lamb caught that ball.
No,
No, he dropped it.
they all dropped it.
Butterfingers.
They certainly all dropped it. But yeah,
Butterfingers.
I'm ready for Thursday.
Yeah, I
Me
am.
too. Bring on Thursday.
Bring it on.
So I did, truth be told,
Let's talk about it.
doing the recording on a Tuesday, it's thrown my week out of sorts. And I didn't prepare and on this day. Because I didn't know. Because do I do on this day today? Like Tuesday? Because we're recording
When nobody could hear it.
when nobody could hear it, or do I do the on this day for Thursday when we're not actually on
There
this
yet.
day?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Is it like wishing somebody like a happy birthday before their birthday?
Yeah, God forbid you did that.
Happy early birthday. You can't be doing that.
You can't. What if something happens to them and you jinxed them? You don't want to do
Could
that.
you split the difference and have done on this day for Wednesday?
Now,
I
I'm
could
not
have.
talking.
I
Or
could
that
have,
makes even less sense, maybe.
but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do that. So I'm just gonna just got it out of the way. I just want
Thanks,
to
Alter Bridge.
Thank you, Alter Bridge.
Still doing the cranberry ginger ale, by the way, Ryan.
Delicious.
Cranberry ginger ale.
When you said still, meaning still from the 13 moments ago you showed it on camera?
No,
Or
I did it the
we
other
talk-
week, and you talked shit on it.
No, I don't recall.
Are you not a fan of cranberry ginger ale, right?
I don't recall talking shit on that.
You
Is it
said
like
you had
ginger
me
ale?
in the first half when I was talking about the ginger ale.
Okay, I had really shitty internet that day. I don't recall saying that.
Hmm.
Did I really say that?
You did.
I prefer regular ginger ale.
I mean, I prefer.
No shock to
regular,
anybody.
But around this time of year, I will certainly enjoy.
They came out with a vanilla bean bold ginger ale. Have you tried that yet?
No.
A vanilla bean bold?
It is vanilla bean, and then it's the bold flavor ginger ale, so it's like extra gingery.
I have the bold.
I mean, I'm sure that would be fine in like the fruit or the floats that they do around the holidays where they dump like sherbet into a punch bowl with ginger ale.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could see that vanilla bean one being a solid.
I think just
punch bowl
straight up
mixer
bold would be good for the punch bowl mixer. Are you a fan of? Have you? I'm assuming you've had at least the bold, Brian.
Oh, I love the bold. The bold.
Actually, why would I assume that you've had the bold?
We've had the bold. We've had the bold together.
We have.
I feel.
Maybe.
I feel
One
like I
cup,
told
2
you about the
straws.
bold. It was a night.
Can't be doing that. It's a pandemic.
No, we can't. Not anymore. That's why we had the 2 straws.
2 straws.
Really long.
You don't backwash with the straw, Jim. That's science.
Well, yeah, but if you gotta get
Well,
close
with
together.
the bold ginger ale, you probably can't take that one down in one slug. You got to take breaks.
No, but the ginger acts like a disinfectant and would clean any germs.
That's true.
That is true.
That's
And if
science.
anybody's
Science
listening
works?
to this and believing that, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've come to 3 Count Thursday for your science,
Science and medical advice.
well,
I
mean,
enjoy
we're probably better than-
a fruit punch mixed with some ginger ale.
Oh, so
Like
you can make your own, like when you add fruit punch. to
Correct. So you would
Sprite
take
type
like
thing?
a Swiss premium fruit punch, and then add some ginger ale to that.
Could see that
It adds some carbonation and then a little bit of ginger flavor.
A little
The bowl would
citrus.
probably be great with that. I've not tried that yet.
So it's like Sprite has like a winter cranberry Sprite. Has anybody
They
ever
do.
tried that?
It's okay. It's not
Alright.
the same though as the cranberry ginger ale.
Mark, have you tried any of these things?
No, I haven't. Honestly, I haven't.
Have you tried the new cranberry unsweetened iced tea?
Oh, the cranberry unsweetened iced tea.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Well, that's very seasonal, and I enjoy it this time of year.
Yes.
There's nothing like going out and picking fresh cranberries in the forest. It was a little chilly for it today, but you know.
Now, do you drink that iced or do you drink it hot?
It depends. That's a great question, Matthew, and I'm glad you asked. It depends. Generally, in the morning, I like to have a little something hot,
Okay.
and then as the day goes on, like say this evening.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I prefer. Hi, boys. I prefer that's a little cold.
See, I'm
That
probably
makes
the
sense.
opposite with tea this time of year. I like something cold in the morning, but
wake
then
up
at
a little?
night, I sit on my back deck with a warm cup of tea, warm cup of cider.
See, a lot of my coworkers enjoy tea. I've never really gotten into to drinking hot tea.
I enjoy some tea.
Hot tea.
Maybe I'll have to revisit it. You know, maybe I'm grown up enough now. Maybe I'll have to.
I mean, you just started drinking like more beers. I think your palate has kind of enhanced, so you might be able to revisit hot tea.
Yeah, I think I'll have to give that a
Maybe
shot.
think about it.
Make a run with it. Don't overexert yourself though, Jim. It's the holidays.
No,
Don't put too much on your
dip.
plate.
I'll put plenty on my plate, sir, and you can kindly fuck off if you're trying to limit what I put on my plate at the holiday.
Are you a sweet potato guy? Do you enjoy the sweets?
I do. I
Sweet
don't
potato
Candied
pie.
yams, if you will.
Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna have them for Thanksgiving, but if I will take the opportunity whenever it presents itself to eat them.
I just noticed up in the screen of this that our StreamYard is presented by Red Notice. Do we have an egg?
Fuck, somebody stole my goddamn egg.
Somebody
Nobody-
took it. Damn.
Stay tuned for worst gimmicks / storylines draft.
Yeah.
Here.
This
Yeah, the whole
fucking
show.
podcast is trending to the worst
You
gimmick
can tell
podcast.
Tim's not here because we're we're so off track.
We're going.
At this point, Tim would have pulled out the earbuds and given us all the glare.
By the way, I don't need to say SM at all this show, so
Nope.
No.
just know that I won't do it.
In honor of Tim, we'll just leave that. We'll leave that off.
We'll leave it for him.
Do a double next time.
I'll say next week. I think we can hit it twice. We'll surprise him.
We'll save it.
I do like the addition to it, so I do want to hear that, but I will wait. I will sacrifice for the better good to hear it twice with Tim.
Next week, what we should do is do the long intro and then the original version, just so he's excited about it, and then he gets immediately crushed. And then later we can do the hillbilly version.
I love it. I love it.
All right, I'll leave myself a note here.
Speaking of things and Tim not being here, you did something special, Matthew, that's going to be airing here shortly, correct, on the Patreon page?
Correct, on Black Friday. Yep. Last night, Tim was the MC yet again. If you watched the last pop culture draft that we did, where Ryan Valentina Vasquez and I did horror movies pre-2000. This time around, we had the Kirks join us, Casey and Brandon, and Casey chose the theme of Disney villains. So we had a 6-round draft where we took 5 villains and then 1 villainous sidekick. So that will be dropping on Black Friday on the Patreon page.
Ooh, villain sidekick.
Stay tuned.
So for just $2 a month, you can get these drafts. We're going to be doing one.
That seems real cheap.
Month. That is extremely.
It's so cheap.
We're doing a holiday one coming December.
I'm looking forward to that
movies.
one. I'm actually going to get into the fun on that one.
Who's on that one? Do we know our guests yet?
Casey Lennox will be joining us for that one.
Casey Lennox.
Ryan will be hosting because he hates Christmas.
He's the Grinch.
That sounds
That's
right.
about right. That's about right.
Hate Christmas.
I mean, you do work retail, so it's fair.
I do, and I'm super excited to say, for the first time in 10 years, I have off on Black Friday.
Wow!
So very exciting.
How'd that happen?
And they're not open on Thursday too, correct?
We're not open on Thursday, and we're staying that way in the future. It's a great move by the company that I won't talk about.
Like forever, you're off Black Friday, and for the first time in my adult life, I am working on Black.
Oh no,
I
it's happened
on Black Friday. So
man, the moon is in retrograde. I will go and I will get you all the goodies that you need at any store you need me to go to, Jim.
I appreciate you.
And by that I mean I will sign online.
I appreciate that even more. Couple of indie shows this weekend starting.
Oh, we got graphics, guys. Look.
Friday night at the Eagle Hall in Lebanon, PA. It is CCW's Black Friday. It's actually their 20th anniversary show. So if you want
happy 20th birthday, CCW.
How about it? Doors open at 6, 7 o'clock, bell timed in downtown Lebanon. First and second rows, also the balcony, $20, general admission, $15. $20 the day of the show. You can see the numbers there to call on the video. You got a battle royal, some battle royal action, as well as Philly Mike Swanson taking on the prima donna Prince Sam Thompson. Melvin McPoindexter versus General Kiesel. The Dog Pound taking on Matt Quay and J-Cat. Mr. Ooh La La taking on BJ Walker. We all know BJ Walker.
Ooh La La!
Look
Mr.
at that.
Ooh La La.
That's a hell of a matchup there.
Napalm Bomb will be in the house. Dorian Black as well. Mike City taking on Mr. Ping in a traditional championship match. CCW champion Stefan Ramon taking on Adrian Bliss, defending his title there. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, will be live and in person this
Mouth of the South
this Friday night in Lebanon. Violence Inc. brings the hardcore to CCW. So again, check that out Friday. At the
Jim, you forgot to also mention that Devin will be there.
Devin the Ref will be there.
Devin the Ref will be
you
there.
Get photo ops with him. I think he only charges $10 these days.
And by that you mean he will give you $10 if you take a picture with him.
but it's $15 if you include the big dick.
Right.
You need a panoramic shot for that.
$5
Get out the wide lens.
Extra long and extra wide. And then also this Saturday, Valor Professional Wrestling presents
What?
Saturday at the Voney B Crimes Gym in York, PA.
Have you been to York this time of year, first of all?
Yes.
I have.
Beautiful.
Matt, can you confirm?
I can confirm that parts of York are beautiful this time of year.
Other parts are, well, they're York.
Correct.
Bell time at 5. All tickets $15. You can see the details there. This is celebrating Valor's 10th anniversary. So a lot of anniversary shows.
Happy birthday, Valor. Hell yes.
This weekend there'll also be a battle royale in York on Saturday night. You also have the Red Scorpion taking on the Violator.
Somebody's gonna get stung.
Yeah, no, he didn't literally rape him.
Violence Inc. versus the New Dog Pound. The Truth Serum versus Dexter and Melvin McPoindexter.
Two of them.
Two McPoindexters.
Wow. It's a family reunion of the McPoindexters in Central PA.
Like that.
Jimmy Hart also in attendance.
Jimmy's gonna love York
this Saturday. Kid Mike
He's not
versus
gonna wanna
Cody
get home.
Conrad. Got Sam Thompson versus Matt Quay. Dorian Black versus Napalm Bomb. Andy Header versus Ty Awesome.
That'll be a real good match.
Yeah.
Mike
Right.
City, Mr. Ping, Stefan Ramon, and General Kiesel in a 4-way match. Bliss versus BJ Walker and Eddie Valentine versus Ed House in a loser leaves town match. Can they both
get out of York? Get the hell out.
Should be the winner gets to leave York.
The winner or the loser get to leave York. But again, congratulations to CCW, 20 years, Valor 10 years.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome.
Wrestling coming up here.
Good stuff, gentlemen.
This
go support indie wrestling.
Yep, 100%.
Give the wife the credit card. Keep out $20. Keep out $30, and go.
Got a
$20. It's $20 to get in, Ryan. You got to get food. You got to get
food and merchandise. So
need
say,
$15
listen,
for that big dick picture too.
Oh, no, you're gonna make $15 when you get a picture with Devin.
So you only need the 20.
Right.
You get the 20, get in the door, go get the picture with Devin, make your $15, and then go to this.
Go get some food, yeah.
Right.
You get some walking tacos and a Mountain Dew.
Get a second picture with Devin, and you can buy a T-shirt from somebody.
Maybe.
The loser leaves York match. They could have the loser goes to Hell match.
Actually, really good. Man, see, Mark, you need to.
You need to
sell off
link up with Valor.
Give this guy the pencil.
You need to sell off some of those posters, Mark, and maybe you can actually run a federation.
Where did you get that poster? I've never seen them before. It's usually something.
To pull them out of.
Well, actually, I ordered these a while ago when that WWE shop before I used to be able to log in. My passwords.
They're beautiful.
You ordered those?
I ordered these when the WWE shop.
They look like they're huge. Like they're bigger than regular posters, right?
They look movie theater lobby size posters.
Or are they just really close to you?
They're close. I'm close to them. I'll be honest with you. I'm really close to my posters right now.
You like Goldberg looking over your shoulder the whole night.
It makes me feel safe.
Maybe Seth Rollins should have had Goldberg hanging over his shoulder on Monday.
Ooh, how about that?
Do we want to talk about Survivor Series first, if we have to?
No.
So let's talk about Survivor Series, and then we'll talk about the Seth Rollins incident before we get to our wrestler of the week. So, Survivor Series was Sunday. All right, so now we can talk about Seth Rollins. So I thought it bookended extremely well. I thought the opening match was really
good.
I thought the closing match was really, really good, and I thought the 4 matches in between were 4 matches.
Did you say poor matches or 4 matches?
There were 4 of them.
6 one way, half dozen the other, Ryan. I don't think they were bad. They were there. There was.
I mean, they're still counting this as a big 4 pay-per-view, correct? Technically,
I guess in theory, sure.
So then,
in Austin theory.
God.
He got the egg.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Why they dragged that storyline out 2 nights is
bad.
beyond me. And
I
then
was
that was the payoff was Austin Theory just brings the egg back.
Then he's Tyler Breeze 6 years later.
I'd rather see
The funniest part about like the guys like trying to chase down the egg, and I noticed it at one point when they all like run past, was it Mackenzie Mitchell or Sarah something, is like everybody goes running by, and then you have like Veer and Shanky in the back. I'm like, what if they're gonna, if the people you're following find the egg, you're just gonna walk in and see them with a title match? Like, why is a group of like 40 people all running to the same location?
Wait, Veer was there? So Veer finally debuted?
I don't know. He might have been there. I know Shanky was there. It was hard to keep track of who all was.
Someone was there
in the masses of people running through the halls of Barclays.
We have a 4-hour pay-per-view where they talk nonstop about this being the anniversary of The Rock's debut.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main segments throughout the pay-per-view is basically a trailer for The Rock's movie on Netflix.
That is a truth fact.
And he didn't show up. Like he couldn't
He's
even
in another continent. It's not that he didn't show up that I'm like,
or couldn't even like send a vignette.
He didn't show up.
Right. That's the part that I'm like, what? They couldn't have gotten him. The guy films himself talking on camera literally every day of his life.
At least like 10 times a day.
Like he couldn't just.
Guys,
Hey,
just
thanks,
got
everybody.
just took a massive dump. It was phenomenal. Getting ready to make my egg white omelet. I'll talk to you soon. But he can't be like hey WWE fans, yeah, thanks for coming out tonight and supporting what the show where I made my debut, and go see my movie.
Yeah, like that's the part that blows me away, is that they didn't have, like, I never expected him to actually show up, like, but that you couldn't have him.
They certainly set the stage for that the entire
You do the whole
night.
continent thing as if like airplanes don't exist.
Yeah, but I think he's filming a movie. He's not going to fly from whatever continent he's on to New York just to fly right back.
I mean, couldn't he?
I mean,
like
I don't know
NBC
that.
could have also gave him a couple coin and be like, "Oh yeah, watch Young Rock on Peacock." Like I don't. Man, it just seems
Is there going to be a
silly.
season 2 of that?
I believe so.
Okay,
I'm friends with the Iron Sheik guy that plays the Iron Sheik, and he said they're filming. So
Okay.
either he's just filming something, or there's Young Rock too.
He's just.
It could be either way. I didn't look
I'm
into
here.
it much.
They're just here.
Take it for what it's worth. He's filming something.
But yeah, I thought that was dumb that they didn't have him like do just like a pre-filmed vignette.
Especially when like Impact got him to do like a special, hey, congratulations on the Hall of Fame thing to whoever got into the Hall of Fame the last time.
It was Shamrock, and maybe Shamrock asked him personally to do it.
And maybe so.
Like, I
Maybe
don't- I
Shamrock
don't-
should have been like, hey,
Carter, or whoever's running TNA now, is calling him up and going, "Hey, Dwayne, can you do this for us?"
I mean, I feel like if Vince McMahon called him up, he'd have been like, sure, Vince,
You think
I
Dwayne
kind of
still
owe
has
you.
Vince's number, or Vince still has Dwayne's number? Like,
I don't know. Nick Khan sure as hell doesn't.
No, it's too expensive.
I bet Nick Khan's on Mint Mobile.
100%. Absolutely. Either that or Boost. One of the two.
Ryan Reynolds owns Mint.
Jitterbug, maybe.
Has anyone seen the Rock film on Netflix?
I have not.
Young Rock, I've watched it. Yes,
I've watched Young Rock. I have not seen the. I have not seen the movie. I've heard good things about it.
What is
It's
it?
good.
It's called Red Notice. Our show's actually brought to the fans.
Oh, that's the Rock movie.
The Rock's movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that makes a lot more sense.
Circled around a missing golden egg.
I thought you said like red nose, like for the holiday season with Rudolph.
Like Rudolph.
It's close enough. It's close enough to an egg.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a nice golden egg.
I know on Thursday, we're going to wonder what happened to the deviled eggs.
Oh, shit, I forgot to get it. I was gonna make deviled eggs. I forgot to get it.
Love me some deviled eggs.
Looks like you're running out to the grocery store tomorrow, Jim.
Yeah,
Jim,
well,
I don't normally do this to you, but that's for shame.
Thank you. I deserve
It's still the sausage pizza.
You know what? You deserve to do the dishes for that blunder.
I certainly do. I certainly do.
You still
Not
have time
having
to redeem
deviled
yourself.
eggs.
Deviled eggs.
But yeah, I mean,
Is that the best way to eat an egg?
Devil it.
Deviled?
Oh yeah, easily.
Absolutely, right?
Easily the best way to eat an egg.
I mean, I'll eat an egg in almost every form.
I made an egg and olive sandwich for lunch today. I am in an egg mood.
I've never done the egg and olive. I'll just
So
do regular ass eggs.
on the opposite side of the coin, there's the worst way to eat an egg.
I'll take it. That's
Well,
fine.
there's egg and olive, and then there's like spoiled raw. And
The olive gives it some salt. So it's
You know what
a little
else?
bit of
I'm
pepper.
actually
It takes
not I don't dislike egg and olive.
all
It's
right,
just
all
if
right. I
you're
was gonna
giving me
defend it.
if you're giving me options of how I'm going to eat my eggs, egg and olive salad's probably towards the bottom. But I'll still eat it.
Okay, all right. I
I mean,
accept that.
salt could literally put salt into
I
egg
think
salad.
it's salt
too.
can salt. Yeah, I get it.
You know, just throwing that out there.
I enjoy an olive.
Green olive, black olive.
Both.
Green olive, and you suck the little thing out.
Okay, I don't do that. Thank you.
Fuck you.
We got it. Jim's
It's
taking
a
the-
pimento. You suck the pimento out.
No, there you go.
Is that what you call it now? Kids
That's
are
what
calling
it's
it pimento.
called. It's
So
a
the
little.
kids on TikTok are calling it.
You're
these
lucky
days.
I got usually I make the new sounders on a Wednesday because there was a bunch of new ones from last week. for
What
you
could
to
there
put
have
on.
been?
I don't even. I have them on my notes upstairs, but I didn't make the new sounders yet. So there's
How
gotta be-
do I have a bunch of sounders and marked it a half an hour of hillbilly, and
Well,
you
I
have
know,
more
I have
sounders
a couple of those written down.
frickin'
I
me
just didn't
coming
make
out?
them yet. That's what I said. I usually do those on Wednesday, but we're recording on Tuesday,
Horse shit.
And it's
It
a
is-
holiday week.
so my whole week's thrown off.
Just for that, I'm fucking dominating Bret Hart for my shitty Royal Rumble team.
Not if I pick him first. First pick.
Strokey Bret.
Pre-stroke Brett.
Oh, Oh my.
Man,
Height of
Fighting
powers,
words.
Bret.
Wow.
That's very hurtful.
Oh shit.
So yeah, D- minus for Survivor Series.
E minus. Woof. I don't think it was that bad.
It was way too long. They dragged it out
Was
way
long.
too much.
Well, if they would have cut all the damn commercials, it would have been 3 hours.
The egg segment honestly dropped it a letter grade for me. That
So bad.
was just brutal. C minus otherwise, but because they had a 5 segments commercial for The Rock's movie and 6 additional segments about The Rock's debut, and then no Rock.
No Rock.
Yeah, the commercials it was overkill with the damn commercials, man.
And there was like real commercials.
Right, because we don't have the premium cock. If you have the premium cock, they were airing like segments from like WWE documentaries that are upcoming.
But I also don't want to watch that in the middle of a pay-per-view.
That's still
Well, no,
a
I don't
commercial.
I mean, it's still a commercial, but it's not the same Boost Mobile commercial.
Not the Crisley commercials.
Yeah, why the fuck am I seeing Todd Crisley on my pay-per-view?
Man.
So bad.
Like I'm genuinely curious. Like if you're one of the folks that actually buys the pay-per-view, the 60 people or so that buy WWE pay-per-views on regular pay-per-view anymore, what I would assume they would see the WWE documentary.
Is that still like an option? You can
Yeah, you
still
can still
buy
I think you
them?
can still buy it, at least the big 4 ones.
Okay.
You can still buy on pay-per-view.
I think we need to just remove the Survivor Series out of the Big 4 category because it's a show that means nothing.
What are you
back in the
replacing
day,
it with?
I don't give a shit.
I mean, it's still there.
Fucking Fastlane.
You replace with TLC.
Yeah, maybe I don't give a shit.
You mean the pay-per-view that
The
they don't
pay-per-view
even
that
have this
doesn't
year?
exist anymore?
Fine with
One
me.
that got
Great
cut.
balls of fire. But like back when it first started, it was important because you got all of the wrestlers on one card. When as you watched like Superstars, it was wrestler versus like jobber. And you never saw like marquee style matches. So you get a whole card of like marquee matches, but we get that every week on Raw and SmackDown that you don't need to see this anymore. And the Survivor Series has run its course.
Well, that's because the Khan has fired every single jobber.
I was going to say, Brian,
That's
there was 36 wrestlers on this card. That is the entire roster. So everybody got on the card.
Everybody got on. I feel like you made my point there, though. That was my point.
Did.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Thank you.
I don't view it as a major pay-per-view anymore. Certainly not.
I would put Night of Champions over that at this point.
I'd put Night of Champions. I put Money in the Bank above it at this point.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but then all of your big 4 pay-per-views are happening before the fall and winter months.
Yeah, well.
Once you hit SummerSlam, it's done.
Well, yeah,
you got a 4-month drain.
How much? Like, I feel like that's your dead point anyway, because it's all downhill from SummerSlam.
I mean, you could move Money in the Bank. There's no reason that it needs to be when it is. True. I feel like a Money in the Bank briefcase now would entice me to want to watch.
Yeah, that could
Raw
be
or SmackDown a little bit more, right?
Put that in October, November. Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, you're never going to get rid of Survivor Series because it's, the second longest running pay-per-view. So put Money in the Bank in November.
It's when The Rock debuted.
It is when and The Undertaker.
How long ago was that? 25 years?
25 years. I'm
darned.
I'm sure they'll do something special.
Was last year's Survivor Series when The Undertaker retired? Like officially with the coils and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't have to see that shit.
They followed it up with just teasing The Rock for 4 hours. They're like, oh, yeah, we're not starting this main event until 11:15 p.m. and you guys will want to stay up because The Rock will probably come out. No, he won't.
He sure won't.
See you tomorrow.
But maybe they'll do like Brock Lesnar will come out at the end.
They did definitely talk about Brock Lesnar on that show.
They talked about Brock Lesnar. Because
Heyman had a talking segment.
They teased a lot of appearances.
No longer an indefinite suspension.
Right.
Yep. They teased a lot of things. And then went,
which is fine if you're going to do that. But you need to at least have some shock value at the very end, and not just Roman Reigns as the head of the table, because we haven't seen a pay-per-view end like that.
Not a
ever,
not
ever,
not a single one. Yeah, I mean, I think C- is a fair grade for this show.
I enjoy a C-. That works.
Mark, how about you?
Yeah, I was going to say a solid C. C.
All right. I'm sure Tim gave it an A. If you listen to Viewer's Choice, Tim did not shit on this pay-per-view for 25 minutes and then say, fuck it, I'm done. There's no way.
Loved it.
There's no way he did that.
He even talked up The Rock film segments.
Oh, so great.
The egg segments made it an A in his book. It was a B minus, but those segments took it right up.
A plus.
Yeah, he had said The Rock being teased will only make it better when he does show up.
Right.
There's so much cum.
He was that happy. He was so excited. So before we get to the wrestler of the week, so last night on Raw, a fan, a crazed fan, a fanatic, whatever, an asshole, whatever word you want to use to describe this individual, gets across the barricade and like tackles Seth Rollins before getting like manhandled by 9 people and hauled away. Fucking, what the hell's wrong with people, man? Like, it was crazy. Like, I mean, WWE, they cut away. Certainly a scary moment. Kudos to Seth Rollins later in the night when he comes back out. He's, doing one of these guys, making sure no other fans are coming out. But man, just another instance, like, you fuckers, like, stay where the fans belong. You don't belong across the barricade. But definitely kind of a scary moment there. I've seen some pictures. There was one picture where Becky had started to come out from the back, and then there's another one where you see like this darkened facade of Michael P.S. Hayes in the entryway, ready to doot all his way into the fracas.
I did.
What good would he do?
He's a free bird, baby. You might as well go ahead and
Like-
call the Army or the United States Marines because nobody can stop Michael P.S. Hayes, the free bird.
Will he just stun the guy with whatever the hell he's? Are you wearing teal with teal? What the? And he gets got
Is that a teal suit
with a pink cummerbund. What is going
and
on?
a purple fanny pack?
Is that an actual peacock feather in the hat?
You're like, you know what? I'm done.
Doot doot, and he just doots out. What the hell?
Doot.
It's a hilarious picture because you see Seth like, he's ready to keep going. You see like the shadow of people hauling away this asshole, and then you just see like this shadowy Michael Hayes
It's the ghost of Christmas past.
just ready to do something, I guess.
A whole lot of nothing. Kudos to Seth for just kind of putting the headlock on, waiting for assistance to come, and then just dipping out of there.
Matt said, "Come, I'm gonna write it down."
That's not funny, Smokey. You take.
It's not funny, Ryan.
That's not a funny word.
Get your head out of the gutter. My
Come on,
gosh.
man.
But like, if you show me a list of like WWE superstars too, like there's Seth Rollins, I feel like is going to be higher on the list of people that I'm not going to try to attack. And like the dude's ridiculously strong.
I feel like Seth's a good medium choice. If you're looking to attack a WWE, this is a dumb topic to talk about. If you're looking to attack a WWE superstar, I would put Seth Rollins right in the middle.
So what's the rumor that was out today, though?
Yeah, so from what I saw on Facebook, I saw Sean Ross kind of ran with that too. Then was that the guy who?
No, he's never wrong.
Well, again, it's wrestling Twitter. Take this for what it's worth. But the guy who jumped the barricade and attacked Seth was catfished and scammed by someone pretending to be Seth Rollins and had gotten him to send a whole bunch of money to him, like hundreds of dollars, that the guy did not have. And so he went with vengeance on his mind for the, couple $100 that Seth Rollins would clearly need to steal from someone.
From a random fan.
I mean, clearly the guy's probably not all there. So
probably all those head injuries from playing football at Notre Dame. Poor guy. Who'd have thought Manti Te'o would be so tied up on money that $200 would break him? Poor bastard.
Well played, Ryan.
Yeah.
They got me again. God damn it. I'm going to Raw. That's Manti Te'o. That's what he was saying. When he realized he was catfished for the second time.
Happened again.
Through the day.
That's twice in a decade. How could I fall for this shit?
Damn it, Mom's gonna be mad again.
But
I mean, there's so many gullible people on the internet, but I think this is one of the furthest steps we've ever seen something like this go, like outside of going just to the police.
Right.
Someone saying, I'm not going to the police. I'm actually going to confront Seth Rollins himself.
I'm going to get my money live on Monday Night Raw.
Money back as he's leaving the entrance ramp.
Because of course, he has the money.
Well, Seth Rollins does always tuck a couple $100 in his wrestling boots. So.
I mean, you know how it was back in the day.
Boy, I'll tell you.
I saw something on the internet where the guy on Instagram posted a thing where he claimed to have he did it for the bloodline. My family at WWE and at Scrap Daddy, I don't know what that is. You welcome at Finn Balor. Much love at WWE Rollins. I don't fucking know. So apparently he said he did it for the bloodline.
He did it for The Rock.
He did it for The Rock.
He did it for The Rock.
He did it for the people.
Apparently he also claimed that Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Rikishi were all his cousins. So I don't think the guy's all there.
I mean, that is possible. They do have a very large family.
It'll be a good topic of discussion at the Thanksgiving dinner.
But yeah, he's he's definitely not all there. So it is an unfortunate thing. But now he's probably going to do some jail time.
Right, and he'll have legal fees that he appears like
afford.
he cannot pay either. So.
Hopefully, Seth will give that money back.
I wonder how he got into the venue. Was he invited to come, or what happened? I think he snuck
He was
in.
invited to come.
That friend got him a ticket then.
Yes,
That'd be what it was.
That's what happened.
If he was invited to come, that's how it works.
But it was like one of those like basic scams that you see people try all the time. I saw he was like, I need this to reconnect my Google account. I have no way of getting in touch with Becky. And the guy was like, sure, here's a couple $100. So,
Boy,
I mean, I know they prey on the weak, but
and I mean, he just helped out the Nigerian prince too. So I mean,
sure did.
He's really
still waiting on that payment. Yeah.
He's having a tough week here.
I'm just saying. Mark's internet looks like it's been upgraded within the last week, so I'm a couple $100, Mark. I don't know.
Hey now.
Just
Seth
saying.
Rollins on that
Just
poster
saying
behind
here.
you, Mark?
I just got in from Brooklyn.
Boy, you're arms tired.
I didn't sleep yet. There's no sleep till Brooklyn.
That was a long stretch. You're gonna pull a hamstring stretching that hard.
Man. Well, you know what is beautiful this time of year? Christmas in Hollis, Queens.
Certainly
I can't
is.
wait till Mom's in the kitchen cooking that turkey with the collard greens.
Oh, here we go.
Rice and macaroni and some stuffing and cheese. Santa puts gifts under Christmas trees. Rhymes so loud and proud you'll hear it. It's Christmas time and I got the spirit. There's Smokey,
Oh,
he's back.
I thought that
Tim's
was
still
done.
on. We don't know what happened to Matt, and Tim ain't here. Even though Tim was invited to come. I'm sorry if that upsets anyone.
Good Lord.
And when are we doing our Christmas song draft again? Speaking of Christmas in Hollis.
Shut up. Stop paying off the Amish to figure out a way to vote. Hey, Johnny Gargano's still in NXT. How about that?
Hey.
All right, let's try this on for size.
Since John Moxley and Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These five guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
Week number 33. I didn't know we were actually going to do these on the show this
We're doing them, Jim.
this week,
we
but
It's Thursday.
This ain't a bye week.
we all got our picks in, and I mean Tim didn't have to. Let's go to Tim's picks already because once again Tim lost in the scorecards. Rodney gets
What
the win.
a bum.
Who?
Rodney gets the
Tim.
win this week.
Rodney.
I thought for sure Tim was going to take it though. He was up near the top most of the day. Devin didn't fare so well on the Survivor Series picks.
No.
Can't win them all.
Great job, Devin.
Way to go, dickhead.
Yeah.
Coming in real hard. Holy shit.
Hopefully his picks for the CCW card are better.
But Tim via Rodney, he goes Omos number 3, Bianca Belair at number 2, and the man Becky Lynch comes in at number 1.
The man came around.
Tim
Omos was
via
number 2.
Rodney this week. Anybody else want to go next?
Yeah, I feel like mine are similar to that, so
Yeah,
I'll
go
do
ahead,
it.
Smokey.
Get out of the way. Number 1 was Becky Lynch. I thought she had a great showing.
Oh yeah, they were similar.
Yeah. 2 is Omos. He won that battle royal that I totally didn't watch. I must have totally missed that. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Fantastic match too.
You didn't see the Pizza Hut Invitational?
I missed the whole thing, but I heard he won, so I put him on my list. And number
Dude, Omos
3,
was number 1.
I put LeBron James on the list because he had the snuggest elbow thrown this entire weekend. So LeBron James earns a spot on my list as the number 3 wrestler of the week.
I'll be darned.
That's on brand for you, Ryan.
Very.
Anybody else want to go next?
I can go next.
All right, go ahead, Matthew.
For number 3, I had the man Becky Lynch winning what I thought was the best match of the night. at Survivor Series, which isn't saying much, but still,
It was a
give
good
her
match.
some credit. It was. It's just
Yeah.
it didn't really have any competition aside from the last match.
But your next one definitely has a ton of competition.
Oh, well, I mean, anytime you're winning a prestigious championship like the 24/7 title, then it's bigger than winning the Pizza Hut Invitational.
You know
We're
what?
going to be critiquing picks here.
Let me stand down.
So you picked Almus and LeBron James.
James made the dude bleed.
He did.
You're right. Right.
Showed some color. You don't get color on basketball games too much with the blood. So I mean, he finally made that work. And then number one, I said last week that I would name Hangman Adam Page my number one wrestler for screwing him twice out of a perfect score. So there you go.
You did not lie. There
My debt is resolved.
I was sitting there wondering what he did.
I know. I was thinking
to
about
deserve
it.
it.
I was like,
it didn't hit me until this moment.
Like Rampage, I didn't even watch, so I don't know if he did anything on Rampage. But we haven't gotten to Dynamite yet. I'm like, what?
But Dynamite was last night, Jim.
It was last night, but we didn't get there because it's tomorrow night.
Preemptively giving him the nod for his performance on Dynamite.
That checks out.
Mark, you want to give yours?
All right. Number 3. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We had so that prestigious title.
Mark's actually probably the most legit.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of titles.
Mark did well.
I did. It had a lot to do with titles. So I put that Dana Brooke as number 3. You know, this is her first championship in the World Wrestling Entertainment, this 24/7 title. So I think Dana Plato deserved that number 3 spot. So what you talking about, Wills? Remember Dana Plato?
Nope.
Different strokes, Kimberly? No.
But bless her heart, she looked like she was really into that win.
She was big into that.
I mean, people keep questioning how she maintains employment with WWE through all the cuts, and look at her now, hoisting the title above her head.
I did love that commentary was like, they don't know what to do. A girl's won the championship, and she was like the 5th woman to have won it.
Well, you didn't have Briscoe there to roll her up. Like
Jim
Kelly.
The old Briscoe roll up, huh?
The Briscoe roll up. That's what they're calling it now.
Yeah. Only when Walter's theme is playing.
The old Briscoe roll up. Briscoe wasn't invited to come.
Jim, I can't wait till we do shows back together, because when you play this, I will buy panties and I will throw panties at you from just off the screen.
I'll tell you, that'll be a good time. Poor Mrs. Big Jim. Now let's.
So getting ready to come down here to do the show tonight. She's like, "What do I usually watch when you do Huddle Up?" She's like, "Certainly not NXT. There's too much damn wrestling in this house."
She gets it.
She gets it. NXT's not great.
It's not great.
No, it used to be. I wish they would make NXT great again.
Those were the days.
Did you see Scotty Too Hottie walked away?
I did. Truth be told, I didn't know he was still employed there.
No, I didn't either. Wow. But he had said, he's like, it's not about the money. As soon as it wasn't fun for me anymore, I decided to leave. And he kept calling it he called it like the black and gold brand. So I think he doesn't love the direction right now.
I mean, they could certainly pay me his money. I'll go do that.
I'd be all right with that.
I mean, you don't really know how much money he gets paid.
Well, that's true.
$15 an hour.
Jim, your ass isn't moving down to Ron DeSantis' estate for nothing.
You're right. Good point. That's a real good point.
Beautiful this time of year, though.
Real good point.
Good.
Mark, I think you're at number 2.
On number 2?
Well, let's talk about number 3 again, just in case anybody forgot.
That's Dana Plato from Different Strokes. God rest her soul. Remember she was on the Howard Stern show right before she died and said how she was clean and off drugs? And the next day she overdosed?
I do remember that. Yeah.
That's awful.
I don't remember that.
That's a shame. Yeah, she was on Howard Stern Friday.
Uh-oh.
Saying how she's
No,
so
Jim, a woman died. My
in the sound
God.
effects god.
Well, it's probably been 20 years.
Yeesh.
Brian, don't act shocked.
Hit her with the whoa.
Brian.
Like she accidentally
Whoopsie.
did
Of
that.
all the people on this panel, Ryan, I don't think you should be
I'm not the one that did that.
inserting.
You're a sausage guy.
Don't speak ill of the dead.
It's a
Jeez.
shame. Do you have any different stroke sounders there, Jim? Like what you talking about, Willis? Or
No, I do not. I do
you
not.
don't? All right,
Just
that's
hit a
something
Bret
we can
Hart
look
one because that's close enough to strokes.
at.
But I'm the asshole, right, Ryan?
Stroke
Well,
for you.
Bret Hart is still alive.
I don't think a stroke is something to joke about.
Not even a different.
But an
stroke.
overdose is? Jim.
I mean,
Again, that's at Big Jim Sports on Twitter. Send your complaints to at Big Jim Sports.
Mark,
You can
number
send him
two.
to at Huddle Up Pod too, just so he's getting them from all angles.
From all angles.
Number
Look,
two, Mark.
Devin in the comments is pissed at you too.
Look at that. Devin is fired up
Look
tonight.
at that. Fucking Devin.
He's so mad he actually spelled every word correctly.
Oh my!
Oh,
Now, Matthew,
That's-
spelling is nothing to joke about either.
Mark, who was your number 2 pick?
all right. I'm glad you asked, Matthew. Number 2, I have Zelina Gomez and Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony.
Why
You
you
know
put
what?
them on there?
Yeah, I sat down here and I thought, maybe I should have put the 24/7 before the women's tag team championship because they're both about the same. They really don't mean much.
Jeez.
It's a shame.
Actually,
It
I
really
probably
is.
would have flipped them if we're doing
Yeah,
that.
I could have flipped them. I was
For
thinking,
being honest here.
so you put a team like Carmella and Zelina Vega together, and they're tag team champions. It's, hey, it is what it is.
Did I miss
this
like a
is
storyline? What's with the mask?
I guess she wants to protect her face, I guess.
Okay.
I think Corey Graves asked her to protect her face. Don't
It's
you have a Rusev clip there, Jim, about the face?
Cover my face.
About the face.
Mark sets the table and then has to still ask for the joke.
It's Thanksgiving.
out of all
Thanksgiving.
things that he like. I blank out sometimes when he talks.
Well, it happens.
Forgive
It's all right.
me.
All the time.
We're talking turkey here now on this Thanksgiving episode. Thanks for being with us, folks. So number 2, I had Zelina Vega and Carmella.
It
The
literally
trash talking,
took 14 minutes for him to give 2 picks.
So number 1, I had Roman Reigns. Yeah, and I mean honestly, I don't know how anybody in WWE could think Roman Reigns is not going to be like the wrestler of the year. I think it's a given. It's going to happen. He beat Biggie Langston on the big PPV, that Survivor Series, the biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's Roman's year, and I'm sorry if that upsets anybody. That's
okay.
just how I feel.
It's all right. For me, my number 3 goes to Randy Orton, breaking the pay-per-view record at Survivor Series, the most pay-per-view matches in WWE history.
Wow.
And picks up the win. Him and Matt Riddle over the Usos on Sunday, and they go hard in the paint. So, not an easy thing to do to beat the Usos on a pay-per-view. My number 2, Roman Reigns defeating the WWE champion from Monday Night Raw, beating Big E. Roman continues to roll through the year, roll through the roster. And my number 1, Becky
What's left of it?
Well, I mean,
We're getting down to the end.
There's that
If he can hold on to the next pay-per-view, I think he may be the wrestler of the year.
he may be the last. Well, I mean, when you have nobody left on the roster, it's pretty easy to determine.
That's why they canceled the pay-per-view next month. So we're gonna have Roman wrestle. He beat everybody.
Exactly. And my number 1, Becky Lynch defeating Charlotte Flair in the opener of Survivor Series. My match of the night. Again, probably not saying a whole lot. from Survivor Series, but nonetheless, the man picks up the win. So for the week, since Tim is not here, we'll do that. Becky Lynch takes your number 1 spot with 16 points. Roman Reigns at number 2 with 8. Number 3 is the Hangman Adam Page with 5, and number 4 Omos and Dana Brooke gets the number 4 spot with 4 points on the week. So Ryan, despite your best efforts, LeBron James does not crack the top 4 for the week. Maybe you would put him at number 1. He would have
should have done it.
Should have gotten that.
Should have done it.
And for the year, Roman Reigns still sitting atop our list as well. 60 points. Daniel Bryan Danielson, 31 points. Kenny Omega at 3rd place with 28. Big E and Hangman now at number 4 with 24 points. Britt Baker, number 6, 21. Matt Cardona continues to plummet. He is down to number 7 with 20 points.
So unnecessary.
Why would you bury him like that?
I mean, he was up at what, number 2 at one point?
I don't think he was that high. I think
he was at least
might have been high. That he was up there.
He was at least number 3 at some point. Somebody else continuing to plummet is the unemployed Karrion Kross. There, I buried him more. Does that make it better? Probably not. At 18 points, Malachi Black and CM Punk check in at the number 9 spot with 17 points. So that's where we leave off for week number 33.
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
The 3 Count question of the week.
So we have one of those, yeah.
The 3 Count question of the week.
I think I like Mark's better.
That's fine. I fucking hate that. It's one of
I love it.
my least favorite.
It is so good, Ryan. It's never going away. This one's never going away.
Yeah, my finger can go inside.
None of them are going.
It did. It can go inside.
But like we said, at Randy Orton Survivor Series competed in at Survivor Series. Randy Orton competed in his 177th WWE pay-per-view match. Does this put Randy Orton in your greatest of all time conversation?
No.
Be it WWE or like his generation of WWE or the business as a whole.
My finger's in it now.
All right, I'm not going to do them when you force it, okay? I'm just
Oh no, my finger was in it though.
Anyone want to lead us off? Does it put Randy Orton anywhere near your greatest of all time list?
He puts it near it, but he doesn't make it like, I don't know if he makes top 3, maybe top 5.
Okay.
I think it puts him right outside the top 5. I think
and that's just for his generation, not all of us.
All time. Okay.
Oh, in all time, yeah, no, he's not even. Yeah, I don't think he's near the top 5. You can recognize it as a hell of an accomplishment. Much like Cal Ripken Jr.'s streak was a phenomenal streak, but I don't think anybody puts him in the best baseball player of all time category.
No,
Jim does.
No, well, I don't even do that. Like,
you're the only Orioles fan I know. So at this point,
he was like my favorite player growing up, and like, I mean, the streak obviously is a monumental feat, but I mean, he was great in the field, but he was a average hitter. I mean, he was
right. Very reliable again, and I think that's the WWE. You get to go to all these shows if you don't get hurt. So, yeah,
if you can lay off the weed, Randy.
That's what keeps him so young.
It preserved him a bit.
That's true. All those suspensions, all those 90 days.
90 days off here, 90 days off there.
He made his first appearances with the company in March of 2002.
It was a good year.
A WrestleMania Fan Access. That's unreal.
Still in high school.
High school. This fucking guy debuted, and he's still going.
And we're old as shit.
Yeah,
we're old as shit, and he is on the wrong side of 30. So, we're all there.
The list is wild. Did you see the list?
I did not.
Let's hear it.
So Orton is 177.
Mhm.
He beat Kane at 176.
Okay.
Undertaker at 174.
Well, Undertaker spent a lot of time off. Like
on the shelf, yeah.
Like, how the hell did Kane have the number one?
Yep. Triple H 173. Number 5 was John Cena at 163.
Okay.
I think Cena is probably the only realistic one that could have beat the 177.
John Stamos.
Yeah, if he didn't go Hollywood like The Rock, he probably has that.
He probably has it. Number 6 is Chris Jericho at 144. So it's already a pretty significant drop. It's 33 pay-per-views. The Big Show at 142.
Oh, hit the O again. Nobody wants
Yeah,
to see
do it
the
one more
Big Show.
time.
Oh, hit it twice. That's awful. Oh.
That was Jericho at 6.
They're doing the sign.
Big Show. Etch has 135. The Miz
still in the running.
Still in the running. The Miz has 121.
Okay.
And that's number 9. And then Kofi Kingston and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels both sitting with 117.
17. Okay.
So the next pay-per-view Kofi's on will knock the Heartbreak Kid out of the top 10.
Don't be so sure the Heartbreak Kid doesn't show up.
I was saying there's got to be another Saudi show.
One of those Saudi shows.
Yeah. Yep.
You can bring it.
I mean, that's the top 10 goes from 177 to 117. So there's a 60 show difference between 1 and 10.
I mean, when even on a year where you have a couple of Saudi shows, there's still only
12, 13, 15 at the most.
15 at most. So that's 4 years of wrestling every pay-per-view. That's a lot of shows, man.
I mean, that's a lot for us to even watch.
Yes.
Let alone somebody perform on.
So it's 177, if I can.
That's the number, yeah.
Do the math. It's divided by 12 months in a year, 14.75. If you would have worked every single one.
Wow.
And he's been doing it for 19 years.
Yeah, so I mean, that's reliable.
So he's really only missing like 1, maybe 2 pay-per-views a year.
Yes, those weed suspensions.
Right.
He is
90
the
days.
he is the Cal Ripken of the WWE. Yeah.
You know, the occasional injury, but yeah, it's
good on defense and offense is mediocre. Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
But he's still got a good RKO, and he can still bust that out when he needs to.
That RKO was a thing of beauty. I will say that.
It was so good.
I don't think anyone's going to top the one from
No.
Mania 31, though, right?
Never.
Okay.
Nope, I agree.
And that was all Seth on that too. And I love how Randy just kind of still touts it as, I hit the greatest RKO of all time.
Like, sure,
that's
sure you did. You mean you fell when a guy fell out of the sky? But hey, you do you, buddy.
Impressive, but come on.
Yeah,
come on.
How did the Big Show rank so high in that? I don't remember him being on all those pay-per-views.
Well, are they counting pay-per-views as the Giant with WCW, or is this solely?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. It was from BT Sport WWE. So whatever BT Sport is.
It's the UK, I think. Is that a UK thing?
Yeah, sure it is.
No, the Big Show debuted in '99, I think it was.
Wait, the Big Show or the Giant?
The Big Show, didn't he appear in '99?
He was on WrestleMania 2000, yeah.
Yeah. He might have been even a little before.
Maybe it was 2000. Well, he was in the NWO.
He was in the Union. That storyline was what, 98?
He signed a 10-year contract with the WWF on February 9th, 1999.
Yeah, Jim, you're so good at what you do.
Debuting under the name of Paul White as a member of the corporation at St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
That's right. He threw Austin out of the cage.
Renamed the Big Show, he made his WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 15, facing Mankind for the right to referee the main event between Austin and The Rock.
Ooh.
Wow, that sounds just awful.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Well, and don't worry, we have plenty of awful still to come on this show.
So much.
That's right. So much awful.
We're gonna lean into it.
But yeah, I don't think Orton doesn't make. He doesn't make like a greatest of all time list. It's an impressive number.
So does he make the Mount Rushmore of his time?
Probably. I mean,
I would think so.
He's crossed a couple of generations. He's like, so I would certainly probably I would certainly.
I mean, we're talking about like year 2000 wrestling. So like people who debuted.
Does he? I mean, assuming you would put Austin on that list.
Do you?
The Rock on that list.
Do you put those two on? Like they weren't
Austin and
like
The Rock
active for the majority. Like Triple H is probably on that list.
All right, I put H there.
Cena's on that list.
Cena and H.
Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels too early for that list? Honestly,
I think Shawn Michaels is not active enough to make that era Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, because I mean, Austin basically retired in 2002.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, 2002, 03. Like WrestleMania 19 was March of 2003. So I mean, Orton's there less than a year before Austin retired, and that at that point, The Rock is starting to transition out of full-time wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, I would put maybe then Undertaker would probably still be there.
Probably
put Taker on there.
Like who bumps him out? Like Jericho? Does Jericho bump him out? Does Angle bump him out?
No, because I think Angle's best work was probably in TNA. I mean, Angle was great in WWE, but you know, he spent more time in the hell's Kirby doing?
Oh, he was shaking. He was shaking it off.
But I just think the fact that I mean Orton is among the best across multiple generations, or at least the most consistent. So
now I'm curious, did Isaac Yankem ever wrestle on a pay-per-view, and is that counted in the Kane figure?
Isaac Yankem definitely wrestled on a pay-per-view.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
Because there's at least one where I think it was the Bret Hart.
It was in SummerSlam, with Bret Hart.
Yeah, because Bret Hart and Lawler were fighting, and that's where Lawler like introduced Isaac Yankem, I believe, to like fight his battle against Bret Hart.
Oh, curious.
After that Kiss My Foot match.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's counted in Kane stuff. Like we said, I don't know if any WCW stuff was counted in anybody else's there. But yeah, Orton's fantastic, and I mean he's still performing at a fairly top level still today. So I mean it's hard to discount the guy, but I just think it's one of those. There's the dog.
There he is. Look at him.
What a majestic looking creature.
Now, Mark, what does Kirby get anything special for Thanksgiving?
You know, he'll probably get a little bit of turkey.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit of turkey, and I mean a little bit.
Man,
you don't share the Hodeckers with him?
I don't know that he would like it, and I don't want to see any Hodeckers go to waste.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Great point.
You know, if he would take it out in the yard and bury it, and then I'd have celery stalks grow, I'd be really happy.
There you go. You got to weigh your odds there.
That's true. You know, sacrifice a little, but look at the return.
He can dig the holes, and I can plant the stalks.
There you go.
Ooh, right in your couch.
But Ryan or Mark, your thoughts on Orton and his place in the conversation?
Well, I think he's got to be in the conversation, Jim, and I'm sorry if that upsets you.
No,
I think he's in the conversation for sure. And I think he kind of quietly got there too. He was slow and steady, and slow and steady generally will win the race. But I'm going to put him in the conversation.
And I mean, he's 15 championships, world championships.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that has to be considered too. WWE champion 10 times, world heavyweight champion 4 times. They have 14.
14 times.
Intercontinental champion, U.S. champion, tag champion, Raw tag champion, SmackDown tag champion,
24/7
Money in the Bank, 2-time Royal Rumble. He was the 17th Triple Crown champion, 10th Grand Slam champion, 2-time Slammy Award winner.
Hey,
That's
How about
something.
that?
I mean, the only thing he hasn't done is that 24/7 championship. It's just too hard to
Yeah.
win.
It's certain. I mean,
and he should have no problem smacking around a woman.
Jesus.
Man, I wouldn't mind pinning Dana Brooke.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What? Like I was the only one that thought it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it, but here we are.
But good. But what? But now that I bring it up,
But here we are. Did you answer the question right?
yeah, it's a bad question of the week. Who the fuck thought of this one?
I think that was it was you again, Ryan.
Somebody fucking come up with a better question.
Been on a roll here with
Please, for God's sakes.
I mean, we were doing a
Sounds like a
recorded
good idea.
show. We didn't even need a question of the week.
But end up
Yeah,
not being
Jim.
a good idea.
You didn't even need one, but here we are.
Here we are.
What did the social media say? I said no, he's not. I caught up to Cal Ripken Jr., remember?
That's right. Okay.
It was
No,
about 40 minutes ago we talked about it.
that's about it. Let's get a couple of these Ask 3CT questions before we jump into the.
Oh, these will be fun.
So Christopher asked, who stands to benefit most once Vince is finally gone from a locker room or on air perspective?
NXT.
I mean, no one that's left. He's let them all go at this point.
Well, follow-up question, Chris: is Nick Khan still there if Vince McMahon's gone? Because if he is, then nobody.
Right. This is a Nick Khan thing, I think, more than anybody.
Yeah.
The fans, the best answer is the fans stand to get better or whatever. What was the question? I wasn't listening. Who was this from? Devin?
No, this
From
wasn't
Devin.
Devin. It was
Oh.
from Chris.
From Luna Kitty.
The fans.
The fans. Triple H, maybe.
Amy.
Yeah, Triple H.
Maybe, probably not on locker room. Yes, on air. No, but
But he's not been on air really character-wise for a bit now. Like people still know who he is, but he's not. He doesn't have a character anymore.
So yes, correct. We got one here. What's the WWE's annual budget for tables, ladders, and chairs? More than I make.
It's nothing this year because they're not having one.
Ooh, Mark has a good answer there.
That's a good point.
Ooh.
Well, like,
Are
are
they
they
talking about the
are they
pay-per-view
asking for the pay-per-view, or are they asking for literally the tables and the ladders and the chairs? Because
Oh my!
those are two very different things. Which Dudley brother would win in a game of chess? Neither. The Devon, probably. I would give Devon the edge. I feel like he was the brains of the operation.
Yeah, I could see Devon. Probably Big
Yeah,
Dick.
I
Big Dick Dudley.
Big Dick
think
Dudley.
Sign guy Dudley, there's no chance. He doesn't even know how to play chess.
Yeah.
Or Fudley Dudley.
I saw that Velvet Sky and brother Devon, brother Bubba, whatever his name is, Bubba Ray,
Bully Ray.
have like officially parted ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they've been broken up for a bit, but they've
Good for
made it
her.
public now.
Good for him.
They still just went to every convention together.
Yeah, I think they said they want each other to do great things. I don't know. Velvet posted it. I should have had it ready. My bad for bringing it up.
I wish
Yeah.
I would have had it ready.
I should have.
Well done, right?
I was ill prepared again.
There you go.
You hate to
Bring
see
us
that
half
happen.
a story.
You know what? That's how it happens.
Aren't Charlotte and Andrade done as well?
Are they really?
I think I read that somewhere.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Really?
Did Sean Ross Sapp tweet that one as well, or
Well,
No.
you're just gonna fight it anyway, Jim. So what's it matter?
I didn't know I was going to argue with every
Man,
tweet on
every tweet on Sunday.
sometimes things happen.
Fightful says, the sky's blue, and Jim's like, it's kind of gray here. So just letting you know,
Oh, I mean, it was nighttime, so it was not blue on Sunday.
the nighttime is the right
All
time.
the skies were gray.
Fuck, Mary killed, Too Cool edition. I'd kill myself. How about that?
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't taking no stink face. I'm
No,
going
sir. And what do you think the largest animal?
Who asked that? Who asked the too cool question?
The Mr.
Devin.
Potato Head.
That's a great question.
Ah,
That's actually a great question.
Great question.
Fuck, that's a good question. the one guy's just bones, so I'd have to fuck him.
Yeah, that's true. He's nothing but dust
But
now.
I'm the asshole, huh?
Man, Smokey, what's gotten into you? The holiday season's gotten to you.
That's what it is.
Man, but you're
He's
off Friday.
preemptively pissy.
You're off tomorrow. Relax.
Yeah, you're off 2 days from now, which is tomorrow.
I'm off today and tomorrow.
You're lucky.
Or am I?
I see what you did there. And finally, what do you think the largest animal the Big Show could successfully pin is?
Not Nia Jax.
Oh,
my
God.
Who asked that one?
Same guy.
Yeah, that's a great question too.
That's a good question.
That is a
Nia
good
Jax.
question.
That's a good question.
He could pin a deer.
I bet he could pin a deer.
I think so.
Like a doe.
He's a strong guy, big guy. I go deer.
What about the old Angela from 90 Day Fiance? I bet he could pin her. The old one before she had the surgery.
Oh, P.S. Angela.
Yeah, that post-surgery or pre-surgery rather.
Yeah.
Michael tried to pin her. Look what happened.
Is that the guy with no neck?
That's
No,
Big
that's
Ed.
Big Ed.
How do I know the
Jim?
Come on, Jim.
Everyone knows who Big Ed is, at least.
That's Big
Clearly
Ed.
not, Matt. Clearly not.
Nah.
Big Ed and what's her name are engaged. What is her name? I can picture. I can't think of her name.
Anyway.
Right there in San Diego.
Anyhow, it'll come to you. Just
Did you guys want to talk about 90 Day Fiance?
No, we certainly do not. All right, let's.
We haven't brought that up in a long time.
Let's not. We'll let you do that for 2 hours on a podcast where then Matt moderates again. He loved it.
That'd be
We'll
fun.
get Paloma.
I'm ready.
Was that her name, Paloma, over here?
Paloma.
No. What was her name? Paola?
Paola?
Paola? Is that what it is?
Paola. Paola Blaze. She's going places. You wait and see. She's going to crack the. She's going to make it on her Wrestler of the Week next year.
She has. You could do it this week.
Literally could have done it every week, Mark.
Yeah, you can name her
No.
your first place Wrestler of the Week every single week.
If you
If you do that enough, that will
Jim's
make
gonna get upset.
Matt Cardona plummet even more.
even further down the list.
He's going to continue to plummet.
He might be. Well, nobody's going to get as low as Chelsea Green, but he might continue to plummet.
Can we give her negative points? Like, is there a way that I can make it so that any points that she has are just dissipated?
We could do that. We
She's
could have the
already
Wrestler of the Week and then nominate one worst
Dud of the
wrestler of
week.
the right, one
I
dud
like
of the
that.
week.
We'll discuss that and
Discuss that for year 2.
Yeah, when we restart,
One dud of the week with negative points.
Tim doesn't get to lose his picks anymore. We'll add a dud of the week. Yeah, I like that. But no, as we typically do on some of these holiday episodes, we like to do a draft here on the show, and this Thanksgiving 2021 is no different. But this time, and Matt, you're gonna, since Tim is not with us this time, can you keep track of the picks for us this time? And what we're gonna do is after the show airs on Thursday, we'll put a post out. We'll put a link out for people to vote on who has the best of the worst gimmicks. Now, are we doing? Is this WWE or is this just like wrestling? Can we include WCW in this?
Let's just do WCW and WWE.
Okay, so we'll keep it to those two. So the best of the worst gimmicks out of the WWE/WCW, and we'll let the listeners of 3 Count Thursday or whoever Mark pays off to vote for his determine who had the best of the worst. Didn't think about this ahead of time. How do we want to determine who gets the number one pick in the draft?
We should go
We can do both
youngest to
picks.
oldest.
Or do we want to do like a random number generator or something like that?
Love random numbers.
Okay, so I'm going to write my answer down because I will do the random number. What terms do we want to set? I guess I should look to see here, like what we can.
We do an entire pre-show, post-show for those not sure. Though we could have ironed this out long before the show aired. Patreon.com/3CountThursday. You can get it for $2 a month. That's $2 a month. But we decided to talk about stupid shit and not do this stuff when we're supposed to.
So I'm gonna.
Also, you can hear Matt talk to the Kirks.
Exciting this way.
They're lovely people.
So I'm gonna do 1 to 100.
Beautiful people.
I have a random number wheel on my phone. I'm gonna write my answer down, or maybe we should all write our answers down. So it's on the up and up here.
1 to 100.
1 to 100.
1 to 100.
Let me know when you have your answers written down, and I will spin the wheel.
I have mine written down.
All right, I got mine. Ryan.
I put mine on the notes of the iPad. Is that okay?
That works. Ryan, you got yours?
I'm good. We're good to go.
All right, so I'm spinning the wheel. The wheel is the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
See it spinning
Spin
there.
that wheel.
And we have 76.
Oh boy.
So Matt goes 77. I went with 16.
I went 11.
I went 16 on mine.
Hey, I went with 11 too.
There we go. So
That's
Matt will go first, I guess, because I was the second closest.
I picked 11, Mark, because I wasn't sure if it flipped the numbers around or not, and 11 didn't matter.
Okay, so now you two chose 11. So let's do this again here to determine. So Matt, where would you like to go in the draft since you won?
I will. Well, I thought we were just doing who got closest went first.
Oh, that's right. Well, or do you want to pick the draft order?
Yeah,
let's just do it. Who got the closest and from there.
Okay.
So Ryan and Mark need to break the tie.
Yeah, so I'll set up for Ryan and Mark. It'll be.
I don't want any bad blood from anyone. I know Ryan.
It'll be a number between 1 and 50. So
well on that for a year.
Mark and Ryan, you guys write another number down between 1 and 50. And I will spin the wheel again then. But Matt, which pick do you want?
Oh, I thought I just went first because I was the closest. And then,
okay.
And then you were second.
Second. So, Ryan, do you have yours down between 1 and 50?
Spin that wheel.
Mark, you have
Spin the
yours?
wheel.
All right.
I do. Spin the wheel, make a deal.
The wheel is
make
spinning
a deal.
away.
Hello.
And it lands on number 27. So Ryan picked 8.
27. I have
Mark
43.
picked 43. So I think Mark is closer on that one, right? I'm not
By a hair, yeah.
By a hair.
Ryan's
So Mark,
19 away. Mark's 16
Mark, you
away.
will go third. Ryan, you will go fourth.
So good.
And then you will, of course, it goes in reverse to
Serpentine.
even round.
Love a good serpentine draft.
All right, Matt, you start us off here with the first pick in the worst gimmicks draft.
First pick.
Well, given the season, given the time of year, I'm going to take the gobbledygooker off the board.
So bad.
With my first overall pick.
That was my first overall pick, and you took it from me.
Well, it certainly was not your first
I'm
overall
upset.
pick then.
Should have guessed a closer number then, Mark.
Well, Mark,
mistake.
You know what? Let me set the draft order. Mark's last names.
and he actually somehow he works out to be last every round. I don't know how that works.
That's all right.
So since we include the WCW into mine, I'm thinking between two here.
Ooh.
But probably one of the most fumbled debuts in the history of wrestling. My first pick is the Shockmaster.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
That's solid. Solid.
Can't be upset with that pick.
No, that's
I'm not upset at all. You can't
strong. Then we go to Ryan. Correct. No, Mark.
No, Mark.
Mark is third.
Oh, here
Mark,
we go.
we go to you with the third pick in the first round.
I'm going to go with, well, since the gobbledygooker's not on there, I got to go with the next best thing of this holiday season. The very short-lived Santa Claus.
Oh, good choice.
It's a good choice.
Very short.
Santa with an X.
X.
Santa.
That is correct.
Yes.
Santa Claus.
That's a good.
Or Balls Mahoney, if you
Balls
will,
Mahoney.
with the Santa Claus character.
Little known fact about Santa Claus: he is undefeated in WWF competition.
No shit.
He wrestled one match for the WWE, which he won. He will go down in history as as the most winningest superstar.
For the highest winning
100%.
percentage.
Yes.
I'd love to know, like, how many people are 100% with wins in their WWE career. That'd be a good one to look up. So we go to Ryan. Ryan, the 4th pick in the first round, the 4th and final pick.
Boy, this was a lot of fun to research and come up with a list.
Was.
The top of my list, I'm going to have to go with the worst pun name I think ever given to a superstar, and that's Isaac Yankem DDS. Yes, the wrestling dentist, an evil wrestling dentist at that, Yankem, will be the captain of my team, if you will.
So maybe I'm an idiot, and there's a real good chance I'm an idiot. But I literally just realized that, like, if he is I Yankem.
I Yankem.
I
Yeah.
Yankem. Isaac Yankem is I Yankem.
Yeah.
Dr. I Yankem.
36 years old. I just put that together. I'm an idiot.
Welcome to the future, Jim.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
We start the second round with Ryan working its way back up the draft. Ryan, your pick in the second round.
It's a little early for this guy to come off the board, I feel, because I feel like I'd be safe. But you know what? No, screw it. We're going to go the other way. We're going to go The Goon. Number 2, The Goon. A guy that was too violent and kicked out of every hockey league he ever wrestled in or ever played hockey in, but just couldn't figure it out in the World Wrestling Federation. What a lame gimmick, The Goon.
It had to be the boots. Remember his boots?
They look like skates.
You had the hockey
look like
skate
skates.
boots. Woo.
The Goon.
That's a solid pick, Ryan. I can't dispute you there. All right,
You're
Mark.
a solid pick, Jim.
Thank you, Mark. Mark, do you even know what that sounder is, by the way?
I know you play it every time we do the drafts, so it has something to do with drafts.
Yep. So
But
take a shot in the dark.
It's the car draft for NASCAR.
It has to be the NASCAR when they're picking the drivers. And what
Draft.
car you're going to drive that year?
Close enough. Mark, it's the
They play that
NFL
music.
draft. You know, the
Oh, the
football.
NFL.
You being a big Lions guy, I would have thought you would have
Oh,
guessed that.
huge fan. I love Detroit. You know, they didn't.
Mark, you're driving the Tide car this year.
All right, yeah, why not? I'll make a clean getaway.
Fuck.
Ridiculous.
All right, Mark, your second round pick. I'm sorry, I started us down that road. My bad.
It was your bet. You led me down the road.
It's a lonely road of faith.
Lonely road. So let me see here. So I got to pick. I'm going to go. Now I know it's a little early for this one to come off the board. It may be a little early, but this gimmick would not fly in 2021. I'm going to go with Kerwin White, because if it ain't white, it ain't right. I'm taking Kerwin in that.
Boy, and Kerwin White sure making the news rounds today, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Jesus.
Now, what else did Kerwin do? I missed it.
Oh, Chavo just made a stupid tweet about the whole Seth Rollins thing. Then he tried to not necessarily apologize. He tried to kind of talk his way out of it. And
Yeah, no go, buddy.
it didn't work either. All right, we go to me then, huh? Man, I'm really thinking about staying in WCW. I'm really thinking about hanging out in WCW land.
This is where Bret Hart comes off the list.
I mean, WCW's Bret Hart was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna go to the World Wrestling Federation. In the early 90s, we had an escaped convict? Nails. I'm gonna go with Nails. That's Nails with a Z
The Z.
as well. Nails with the
Z
comes off the board.
As a young 7-year-old, I remember Nails scaring me.
He was scary at 7. He was
He
certainly-
choked out the
He
big
beat the
boss
boss
man with
man
his
pretty
billy
good.
club. Like that's scary stuff.
He like frothed at the mouth when he would talk, and he would get all worked up. But looking back on it, you watch some of those old pay-per-views in SummerSlam 92-ish era. Nails does not age well. Does not age well. All right,
Does not.
Matt, we go to you to close out the second round.
So following along with what Mark was saying, a gimmick that wouldn't fly these days, I am going to take the special needs nephew of Eric Bischoff, Eugene, off the Orth Gimmicks pool.
There's a couple on my list that would not.
Yes, there is.
Would not age very well into today's world, and Eugene would certainly be one of those. All right, so that rounds
He
out.
was a really good wrestler. Like he
Oh,
had
yes.
really good wrestling chops.
Really good in like OVW, right? He's still
Dude, he was a
he was.
trainer for a long time as well. So let's review first round. Matt, what was the picks in the first round?
So round 1, I took the Gobbledygooker. Big Jim took the Shockmaster. Intern Mark took Santa Claus, and Ryan took Isaac Yankum DDS.
Second round, of course, was
second round moving reverse. Ryan took the Goon off the table with his first pick in the second round. Intern Mark with the Kerwin White pick. Big Jim taking Nails off the board, and then I rounded out round 2 with Eugene.
All right, Matt, kick us off here in round number 3.
Round number 3, I am going to go to the WCW, another one of Eric Bischoff's terrible ideas. I am taking the Kiss Demon off the board.
And when you said WCW, I got real nervous. The Demon, bad. Absolutely bad.
He wanted to rock and roll all night and part of every day.
I got nervous there, Matt, because I thought you were going to take the one that I was looking at with my second round pick. So now that you scared me, I'm gonna do it with my pick in the third round. I'm gonna go with the Yeti. Yeti.
Oh, that was my
See,
pick.
I didn't.
I had the Yeti.
I was a little worried that it wasn't going to make it back
was so
around.
bad.
You did me a favor. I will go with the Yeti in round number 3.
Yeti.
So Mark,
That's all right.
Mark. Now that I've
got
rocked you to
someone
the
else.
core, you get to take your
To the
pick in
core,
the third
well.
round.
That was felt all the way to the CNN towers, so I had to go with PNN or PN News from the WCW. Do you guys even remember PN News? He was terrible.
Vaguely.
Who
Terrible.
portrayed that?
Let me see here. Let's see.
That wasn't Spicoli, was it?
No.
No,
It was like a-
all new.
Um,
And he would come out rapping. He was very heavy. He was a heavy gentleman. And he'd come out rapping. And one of the worst matches ever. They had him and I think it was Beautiful Bobby and Steve Austin.
So PN
I
News.
can't remember who the other.
PN News also wrestled as the American Avalanche, Cannonball Grizzly, Mighty Avalanche, Paul New, Paul the Grizzly, and PN News. He is cousin to somebody else that may make the list. So I'm not going to bring him up yet.
Don't bring it up.
But I have the page open just in case, and if we don't make it through. But his cousin may make our list, and we will we'll maybe get to that here in the next few rounds. So Mark, you took
I got PN News.
and News. Ryan, how do we close out the third round of our worst gimmick draft?
Friar Ferguson. A fucking
Oh,
wrestling
beautiful
monk.
Terrible. Terrible. So bad.
So
I think he only had 1 or 2 matches as that character.
good. So now this brings up an important question, though, because
he doesn't have only the one bad gimmick.
right, he has multiple bad gimmicks. Does the other bad gimmick?
It's absolutely possible. I think this is
still
a
on the
gimmick
table.
battle royal. It's not
Yeah.
a person royal.
It's separate gimmicks. Okay, got it. Because I know in the past, if a wrestler was taken, he was taken in all forms.
In all forms. No, I think this is the gimmick form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there are other superstars and other wrestlers who
A
have
monk.
A monk.
Come on.
A wrestling monk.
Wrestling
How awful.
monk.
Get out of here.
Wrestling.
Now I heard everything.
It's unbelievable.
How can you possibly think that's a good idea?
So Matt, remind everybody the
So
third
bad.
round as we round out the third round.
All right, so first pick in the third round, I took the Kiss Demon off the board. Big Jim followed that up with the Yeti. Intern Mark, PN News off the board. And Ryan, the Wrestling Monk, Friar Ferguson, taken off the board.
All right, so let's go to the fourth round. Ryan, you kick us off.
Well, the 90s were a wild time in the WWE. And I always enjoyed the tag team of the Headbangers. But when the Headbangers broke up, you had Mosh and you had Thrasher. And they decided to take Mosh and make him Beaver Cleavage. Which was some weird, bizarre, incestual character that made sexual jokes with his mother, Mrs. Cleavage, in a clear ripoff of Leave It to Beaver. Beaver Cleavage in the fourth round. Because why not?
Who played the mother?
Oh, she was hot.
She was hot. That was Mrs. Cleavage.
Mrs. Cleavage.
So it was she in wrestling, she was only ever really known as Mariana, which is her real name, Mariana Kamlos. But yeah, she only was Mrs. Cleavage.
Let's get her to Icons.
Right?
Now you're talking.
Now we're talking.
Now you're
Beaver
talking. Let's get her
Cleavage.
there. Come on.
Man, this draft could freaking go multiple rounds.
I was gonna say I
There's
think
so many still on there. Holy
we could
cow.
probably do more than 5, but we'll get there as we get there. Intern Mark, your pick in round number 4.
Well, I think for this one, you're going to have to follow the yellow brick road all the way to WCW with his manager, the Wizard. I'm going to go with Oz.
Good old Oz.
So bad.
Who would have guessed?
Terrible.
Who would have guessed that Oz ended up being one of the people that was the catalyst for the Monday Night Wars? Like, if you really look at it, Oz's return to WCW changed the wrestling business.
Sure did.
All right.
I remember, I forget what pay-per-view he debuted on, but I remember we ordered it, and I remember seeing they had like the Wizard of Oz characters come out down the ramp, and it was just awful.
Oh,
it was
my.
so bad.
Oh man. All right, then we go back to me here. Man, there are still so many to choose from. So many to choose from. But I'm going to go. Oof. Man, this is tough. You know what? No. We had a plumber come out to the house yesterday. We had to get a new faucet put in the house. So in honor of that, I'm going to go with none other than TL Hopper. TL Hopper. Good old toilet lid Hopper.
TL Hopper.
Holy hell.
Too bad it wasn't John Hopper. TL Hopper.
TL Hopper. I mean, what
bad.
a time, ladies and gentlemen. What a time. All right, Matt.
Wrestling plumber.
let's close out the 4th round.
All right. To close out the 4th round, I am going to take Mantor off the board.
And as we were discussing PN News, his cousin, Mantar.
Wow.
I can see the resemblance.
I can too.
Who also wrestled as Bruiser Messino, Mad Mustafa, Tank, and Terminator Mastino. So, Mantar.
Jim, do you have a favorite Mad Mastino match?
That one he was in. The bell rang, and then it rang again. All right.
How can the WWF have ever thought Mantar would half man, half bull? This won't be half bad, and it was all bad. Like, how
and
do
then
you
they
do
did
that?
it again with El Torito.
El Torito. He was just a little bull.
Unless we had the Wii, I mean, that gave us the Wii LC match, which
also doesn't fly in 2021, correct?
How did that fly in like 2017 or whatever it was?
We weren't good people then.
I mean, at least El Torito came out and gored Jerry the King in the junk during that Hall of Fame. So we at least got something out of El Torito.
That is true. Yeah. So Matt, remind us the round 4.
Yep. So Ryan started off round 4 by taking Beaver Cleavage off the board. Enter Mark took Oz away. Big Jim had TL Hopper. And then I close this out with Mantar.
Which I can look at Mantar and TL Hopper and some of these other ones we've named and some of the other ones that are still on my list. And it amazes me that people are amazed that the World Wrestling Federation Entertainment makes poor decisions.
Mm-hmm.
This is the company that brought us Mantar and TL Hopper, folks. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out. All right, Matt, let's start round number 5, which may be the last round. Maybe we'll discuss that because there are plenty of options. But Matt, kick us off in round number 5.
There are, and I really wanted to have a female worst gimmick on the list, but with him still on the table, I can't let Max Moon go undrafted. So, in my last pick,
damn it,
possibly my last pick, I'm going to take Max Moon.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one, man. I was looking at him in the last round.
That's a good pick.
In the round
Maxwell Moon.
Yeah, that's one of those gimmicks that like you think is great as a kid, then you look back on it and go, that was awful. That was just
not so good.
It's awful. All right, we go to me in round number 5. Man, still a lot of good options out there, folks. But
How about that?
How about that? I'm
What are
going
we
to
doing?
go. It's tough, but I'm going to go. This is one I was looking at before, and a company that had the biggest star in the world at one time, regardless of how you may feel about him now, was the immortal Hulk Hogan. And then there was a time where Hulk Hogan, I believe, got suspended. But we got Mr. America.
We
Hulk
sure
Hogan,
did.
Hulk Hogan in a mask. And then it got exposed because one night after SmackDown, Mr. America decided to let the crowd in on the secret. Pull that mask up.
And they were stunned.
And those cameras were still rolling. And Mr. McMahon found out and then fired Hulk Hogan / Mr. America.
Unreal.
How ridiculous.
It was so bad.
Mr. America.
Mark, your pick here in round number 5.
All right, my pick number 5 here. I got to go with. So this man was a killer heel in ECW. He was a killer heel champion. So what do? They bring in the WCW, They completely just bumble his everything about him. And next thing you know, he's a fat chick thriller. That 70s guy, Mike Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Terrible.
So wait, are you choosing the fat chick thriller, or are you using that 70s guy?
They are two different gimmicks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the fat chick thriller.
Okay.
That's what I would have gone with. Yep.
You want to talk
Yeah.
again? We're talking some gimmicks that do not age well. I don't think the fat chick thriller
They'd have to.
ages itself well into 2021.
It would be the plus size woman thriller.
Even that might not.
Probably still doesn't,
Brought
probably
to you by
still
Weight
doesn't make the
Watchers.
cut.
Yeah, that'd be a fine line.
All right, Ryan, bring us home in round 5.
There are so many turds still available to
There
choose
are.
from.
Should we go one more time down the road then, just to make it an even?
All right, let's do that. Let's do 6. I'm fine with 6.
At least,
Maybe we
yeah.
could do. Can we do a tag team, maybe, or a woman, or?
You can do whatever
You
you
can do
want.
whatever you want, Mark.
All right.
You write the rules.
Are you
All right,
serious?
so I have 2 now, back to back.
Too bad. We start with you in round number 5.
So, man, the Ministry was such a fantastic stable
I know where you're going with this.
in the WWE, and it was so real, and there was no bullshit with it. And he had some great folks around the Undertaker. One of them happened to be a fella by the name of Midian.
Yes.
And after the Ministry, they thought it would be cool for Midian to just be naked. So Naked Midian is my 5th choice. They put Midian in a G-string and a fanny pack and just had him wrestle in that. Because Vince McMahon was like, ha, I can see his ass cheeks.
How does
And
someone
that's
with
how it looked.
Midian's build get to be a WWE wrestler?
Well, he was all... There it was. I mean, he was a pig farmer. That gimmick wasn't great. The whole, like, follower with the eye, whatever, that wasn't even great. But then they're like, let's just take all of his clothes off.
Let's just give him. Hey, Michael P.S. Hayes. Hey, Doc Hendricks. Can we borrow your fanny pack for a second?
Dude. Right there.
Here's
It goes.
this.
Naked Midian. Man, what an awful gimmick.
All right, Matt. So give us a recap of round 5.
All right, so round 5 started with me taking Max Moon off the board. Big Jim took the Mr. America gimmick, not to be confused with Hulk Hogan or the Patriot.
No.
Or the Blue Blazer or any other. This was Mr. America.
This is Mr. America.
Someone completely different. In turn, Mark took the better of the 2 worst gimmicks and took the fat chick Thriller off the board. And then Ryan rounded us out with Naked Midian.
Jesus.
Come on.
Just so bad.
Like, again, why are people surprised in 2021 that poor decisions are made by this company?
That's ridiculous.
A giant star. He's like Starman from the pro wrestling Nintendo
From the game.
It's like a mix between Starman, AKI Man, and like Captain America.
Stupid. Oh my gosh.
Stupidest.
It's so bad.
It's so good. It's so bad. I mean, it's so bad. It's so good. Like
Right,
the
that's
Fu
the
Manchu is out. Are you kidding? It's
Like,
so
that's-
good,
That's the thing. It's just
was
it's
that?
that it's that bad.
man.
Prove that
That
was
bad.
Hogan. Oh my.
So Ryan, let's kick us off in round number 6.
Well, earlier on the show, you guys were speaking about Oz, who was being the catalyst with the NWO, and Kevin Nash. His counterpart was Scott Hall, who in the WWE wrestled as Razor Ramon. Well, he decided to leave and go to WCW, and Vince McMahon decided, hey, here's Rick Bogner. He could be Razor Ramon, and created like fake Razor Ramon. So fake Razor Ramon.
Fake Razor Ramon
is
Beaver Cleaver.
Beaver Cleaver.
This is Beaver Cleavage.
Beaver Cleavage. There it is.
Yeah, there's Beaver Cleavage.
There it is. Fake Razor Ramon, who was just not a body guy. Is my
that didn't even make my list, right?
Is my number 6.
50 wrestlers in the WWF.
Yeah.
And that didn't make
and it's not a great gimmick.
It certainly is not.
Certainly is not. Fake Razor Ramon, number 6.
All right. Intern Mark, your pick in round number 6.
Well, we're going back to that WCW.
Back to the WCW.
And back to the WCW, and I can't believe this is real. I'm going to go with the tag team of the Ding Dongs. They actually came out with bells. They would ring bells. They were wearing orange bodysuits. It was awful.
The Ding Dongs.
I remember Jim Ross calling the match the Ding Dongs. I think it was a Clash of Champions where they debuted. And it was so bad.
I mean, it's no wonder Jim Ross has cancer. Having to call shit like that.
He'd have cancer in the mouth, poor guy. So
the
bad.
Ding Dongs.
There they are. The full body suits, the orange masks. I think it was Ding Dong 1 and Ding Dong 2, I think is what they were named.
Man, that is so creative. That is so creative.
So
Ding
bad.
Dongs.
I don't know if you could get a worse tag team. I mean, there's some that are up there, but I think the Ding Dongs would take the cake.
Ding Dong 1 and 2.
Ding Dong 1 and Ding Dong 2. All right. Well, I guess it goes to me.
One could be Ding and one could be Dong.
There you go.
I don't know if that's worse than Ding Dong 1 and 2.
All right, we go to me in round 6. And man, there are still some real heavy hitters in this one. But I'm going to look at a guy who in WCW, he was kind of a stuck-up, established kind of British royalty figure. And in the WWE, we got to know him just as like a really great wrestler. And over time, we've gotten to know him as a really, really great, maybe one of the best on-air authority figures in the history of the World Wrestling Federation Entertainment. But there was a time where William Regal was not even William Regal. He was Steven Regal. And he was the real man's man, Steven Regal. And that is my pick in the 6th round. The real gave us a great theme song.
Oh, that entrance theme is so good.
But beyond that,
it is so good.
Beyond that, that's about where the good ended with the real man's man, Steven Regal.
Yep, sure did. Came to screeching home.
All right, Matt.
Don't we have a Steven Regal sound clip?
I was hoping to have one.
Well, I think we might just have one, Ryan.
In War Games! War Games! War Games! War Games!
I was talking about his entrance theme. I thought we had that.
Well, we have the
He's a man.
Close enough.
Then we also have the close enough. But I think we're gonna wear out. I think we could probably wear out that War Games button next week too, because we will be, of course, we will be previewing NXT War Games.
My hope is that Tim's ears bleed.
It's gonna happen
between the Shane clips and the War Games clips. Yeah,
Yep, we've held off this week pretty good on both.
Tim's gonna have a rough week next week for sure. All right, Matt, round us out here in the 6th and probably final round.
So, like Mark, I'm going to take a tag team. I'm going to look back to a time where WWE signed some of the best luchadors in wrestling history and didn't know what to do with them, so they dressed them as gardeners, put them on a lawnmower, and had them ride down to the ring as the Mexicools.
Wow. Yep.
Another thing that wouldn't fly in
Remember
2020.
we were talking about gimmicks that wouldn't fly in 2021?
Man, that's a whole podcast in and of itself.
The Mexicools.
The Mexicools.
Probably would not go over what you... Really, a stable of Mexican gardeners wouldn't go over well today, huh?
Nope, probably not.
Unreal.
Didn't they have they weren't on John Deere's, weren't they on Juan Deere's?
You're right.
I think
change instead of Juan Deere.
Juan Deere's.
That's so bad.
How the hell was
So
that
bad.
okay at any point?
And this, we're not talking very long ago.
No, this wasn't like the 70s. This was like this millennium,
Like
right?
This was during the Randy Orton era.
Yeah, 2005, 6
Wow.
in that area.
When did the Mexico debut?
I mean, that's college, Ryan. So that's like, I know better. But the WWE didn't.
They
The
didn't know better.
Mexicools signed to WWE SmackDown brand. They debuted in 2005. So yeah, that's
Mark was right on. Yeah,
that's
Yeah, it wasn't long
16
ago.
years. That's not a long time.
Nope.
Not at all. Oh,
The
Oh,
Mexicools debut can drive now.
Yes, you can.
That's a good point.
They don't need to ride the Juan Deeres. They can have their
yeah, actual cars
Yeah.
now.
Actual cars.
Yeah. My God.
Oh,
Wow.
Mexicools. So that's round 6. Matt, do you want to recap us on round number 6?
yep. So Ryan started us off with fake Razor Ramon. Enter and Mark started the tag team craze with the Ding Dongs coming off the board. Big Jim took the man's man, Steven Regal, and then I closed this out with the Mexicools.
So do we want to go any further? I feel like there's still plenty of options out there.
So much meat on the bone.
We can do 2 more rounds. So we'll keep it.
I've got enough to do 2 more.
I can do 2 more.
All right. So Matt, let's kick us
I'll
off
do 2 more.
in round number 7 of the worst gimmicks draft.
All right. So I said I wanted to take a woman gimmick throughout this, and I will do this, as she debuted and the gimmick wasn't great as Emma, but then she was repackaged as Emelina. And when she finally debuted as Emelina, she just said, nope, there's no gimmick. And didn't last much longer beyond that.
I love the dance.
I enjoyed the dance. The dance was fun, but there wasn't
Dance was
much
great.
beyond it. And then Emelina happened.
Oof. Yeah, that was not good. All right. So Emelina kicks us off in round 7. It comes to me with the second pick in round 7. There was a guy who was a son of a plumber, and then there was a guy who was the son of a plumber, and then he also became a kind of androgynous character in Goldust. But there was a point within the World Wrestling Federation where he became the artist formerly known as Goldust.
Ooh.
And the artist formerly known as Goldust was just horrendous. I mean, just awful. So the artist formerly known as Goldust
Went in a different direction than I thought you were going with that
I
one.
thought you were going 7.
I thought you were going 7.
I was saying there was another option out and still out there because again,
You swerved us.
So I gave you the old swerve ski, but the artist formerly known as Goldust and his bright neon green spandex suit and ball gag. It's right there.
That's a playable character
So
on like
bad.
the old Acclaim Raw game or whatever on the N64.
Certainly is. So intern Mark, We go to you in round number 7.
All right, I got to go. I'm going to dip back into WCW.
Oh boy.
They had a lot of bad ones. And this poor devil, he didn't stand a chance. With a name like Glacier, he moved about as slow as one. But he was just awful. What a shame. I don't know if you guys ever listen to Eric Bischoff's podcast, but he comes up quite a bit, and just the timing with Glacier coming in as NWO did, it just killed Glacier completely. He mellowed away to nothing.
There it is.
He started out cold as ice and just mellowed away. So bad. Glacier, that martial artist.
They tried so hard to capitalize on that Mortal Kombat.
They really did.
Yep,
They really did.
Just couldn't do it.
Maybe a year earlier he could have done something, but yeah, he was doomed.
Years later, at the very first Joey Janela Spring Break, in the clusterfuck match, Glacier showed up, and the place popped like crazy. He stood in the ring with Ethan Page, and they did the Mortal Kombat standoff where they kind of just rocked back and forth thing. They started playing the Mortal Kombat music. It was the greatest thing. For that, I would have never put him on the list just for that moment alone, because he was so bad for so long. And Ray Lloyd finally got his moment as Glacier.
Wasn't he in like a battle royal at All Out? Wasn't
he? Might have been. Yeah,
might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's part of like Team Cody Rhodes family or whatever.
Or I guess it would be All In, because
All In sounds right. Yeah,
because that's why it's All Out, because they don't own All In. But Ryan, round us out here in round 7.
Well, originally this was, I think, thought about like a Survivor Series team. And it's hard to talk about the Survivor Series without bringing up The Undertaker, who debuted at the Survivor Series. Well, the WWE thought it would be cool to come up with like an anti-Undertaker figure. And Kevin, what was his name? It doesn't matter what his name was.
Kevin Thorne? Is that?
Kevin Thorne was one of his characters, but like he bleached his hair white and he wore a whole white gimmicky thing, and he was like this religious zealot, anti-Undertaker sort of thing in Mordecai. What an awful idea that was.
Fart in church, man.
Mordecai. Had the big like thing, just trash.
Just
Mordecai.
Recap us, if you will, for this round.
Yep. So I started off the round taking Emelina off the board. Big Jim went with the artist formerly known as Goldust. Intern Mark got in a number of puns, taking Glacier off the board, and Ryan took us home with Mordecai.
There it is.
Just awful. So bad. So bad, some of these gimmicks. All right, Ryan, round us out here.
All right, 8. Here we go. We're gonna round it out here. This guy also only, I think, had one official WWF match, which I believe he won. They released 8 vignettes building this character up on SmackDown, where he would come to you live from the carnival grounds. And he would speak Carney folk language, and half the people didn't know what he was talking about. But that gave us the Sin Bodhi character known as Kizarny in the WWF.
Is awful his house?
It's so awful. Kizarny, kind of a neat idea, actually. Wrestling heritage coming from the carnival, yada, yada, yada. Awful execution. One match, I believe he won it, so I think he's also in the 100% club.
I feel like there's a lot of people that we have named in this draft that were great on paper.
Kizarny.
And upon execution,
my God,
is awful. All right, intern Mark, with your pick here in round number 8.
All right, I'm gonna go with one of the favorites here on 3 Count Thursday. I'm gonna go WWE, and I'm gonna go with a woman. It is Natalya and the farting gimmick. The farting Natalya. How absolutely ridiculous is that? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
That was a gimmick?
Oh, come on.
She was the farting Natalya. So bad.
Sounds like an awful carnival gimmick, too. The farting Natalias.
The farting Natalias. That gimmick really stunk it, if you ask me.
Oh my God.
That one's good and echoey. Hit that one again.
That was very echoey. That's like in a
Solid
quiet
one.
men's room.
I mean, I like the double as well.
That's
a
pretty
good one,
solid,
too.
But you can't go wrong with the classic.
Yeah,
They're all
that's-
great.
That's the old favorite.
Can't go wrong with
Jim's playing all the hits.
That's it.
Natalia's greatest hits.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Good Lord. So he comes around to me again, huh?
Sure does.
Oh boy. I'm looking at 2 gimmicks that again we're talking about do not translate to a 2021 world. One is in WCW. One is in the World Wrestling Federation. Man. All right. I think I'm going to stay. You know what? No, I'm going to go to the World Championship Wrestling. I'm going to go. It's a state. It's a state within the United States of America.
Yeah, this is a good call.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Her.
That's a solid one. Yep.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's just important taste.
If you
That's so bad.
don't know what we're talking about, first off, how'd you end up on our podcast? If you don't know what we're talking about, but if you don't know what you're talking about, just go to youtube.com, search Oklahoma WCW, and
It's no good.
yikes,
No, it's terrible.
yikes,
Arr.
yeah,
Surprise.
yeah, that does not age well. All right, Matt, let's round it out here.
All right, let's close it out. Mark, I can't let you be the only one to take a member of the Hart family off the board here tonight.
Uh-oh.
So, with my last pick overall, I'm going to go to Natty's dad, Jim, and his masked gimmick, Who.
Who?
I looked at who.
You want to talk about puns and awful jokes?
Who
that
won the
was
match?
the only reason that gimmick was created, was to make those terrible who's on first.
Yep.
It's just so bad.
Like Vince had to have just watched the Abbott and Costello bit.
That's it. Yeah.
Like that had to have been it.
This
It's
is
been out
genius.
for years.
Right. I mean, many years old at that point. And Vince probably just sitting in the back. Who's in the ring? You know, like,
Get it, Shane? Get it?
get it? It's because his name's Who, but who's in the ring?
Who won the
Love
match? Oh, it runs
People in
itself.
Ah,
Asshole.
just awful.
All right, Matt. Recap us here for the 8th and final round.
Yep. So
of the worst gimmick draft.
Ryan started us off with the solid pick of Kizarny. Intern Mark followed that up with everyone's favorite Natalya gimmick, which is her farting gimmick. Big Jim took the in poor taste character of Oklahoma, and I rounded this out with the hilarious joke of who.
All right.
Oklahoma may have been in poor taste, but that barbecue sauce was pretty good.
The barbecue sauce is delicious. The main event mustard is fantastic.
Real good.
It makes
What about-
Ryan go.
Shit cleans me out so bad.
That main event mustard just runs right through.
It is so good. I have
Right
main event
through.
mustard and the Chipotle ketchup in my fridge as we speak.
Good choice.
Like the crazy thing. So we just did 8 rounds of.
There's
four.
still so many more.
There are so many more.
I still have 8 only from the WWE on my list.
I still have a lot more. A lot more on my list. We want to go through
Let's go over a couple of them. Yeah.
Just throw out some honorable mentions here. Yeah.
Well, of course, 7 we already covered because I had the artist formerly.
7, yep. What about the Tech Team 2000 for tag team?
I had Techno Team 2000 on my list.
Techno Team.
That's like garbage. Yep.
So bad. Ryan, what are a couple other ones you had on your list?
So I had Friar Ferguson on my list.
Mm-hmm.
On the flip side, obviously Bastion Booger.
Correct.
Which is just a lazy gimmick. It's just he's a fat gay. It's just lazy. Simon Dean.
Yep.
I wrote down.
I didn't even write
Get the
him
hell
down,
out of
but
here.
yep.
It's so bad. In 2006, against Vince McMahon, thought, oh, we should probably have a pirate character. And I get Pirates of the Caribbean was a thing, but really, we're gonna go Paul Burchill and like a pirate gimmick
I didn't even
in
put
2016.
Paul Burchill on my list, but that's another good one.
And when that didn't work, they were gonna let's put it with his sister and have another incest angle. Like that's a guy that was been burdened with really bad gimmicks.
Yeah,
I had some more tag teams on mine. I had the Spirit Squad on mine.
I had Spirit Squad on mine.
I had the Dicks on mine.
Okay, I didn't have the Dicks.
The Dicks.
Yeah, the Dicks were terrible. The Dicks were terrible. The Dicks were everywhere on SmackDown.
I had fucking Red Rooster on my list.
I have the Rooster. Yep.
Battle Cat was one.
Battle Cat, yeah.
Oh, Battle Cat.
I had Battle Cat.
I had the Mountie on mine, but I just didn't think it was bad enough to keep
Right,
on
I mean,
this
he
list.
at least had like some popularity and some success. I had the Mountie on my. I had
Same
I
with Repo Man.
Repo Man,
Yeah,
Papa
Repo
Chango.
Man.
Like I had those on mine. Like in hindsight, they look bad, but like at the time, they weren't like they were at least something a little bit serious. I had I had the fucking Funkasaurus Brodus Clay on my.
That was a bad gimmick. That's a real good one, actually.
I almost picked him, but like I just hate him that much that
I had Tensai on my list.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck!
that
I
was
didn't even
bad,
have
too.
Tensai on
That was real bad. Yeah.
I had Waylon Mercy on mine.
I had
Oh,
Waylon on mine.
I think Waylon could have been a great gimmick. If it wasn't, yeah, it really was.
Another one of those, like there were a couple that were bad gimmicks, but people still enjoyed it, like Disco Inferno or Tugboat.
Yeah, I had Disco on mine.
Duke the Dumpster.
I had
Duke the Dumpster.
on mine.
I had Man Mountain Rock.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's bad.
Cool guitar. That was it.
Sure did. I had the other one when I was looking at Oklahoma. The other one that does not parlay into 2021. Akeem, the African Dream.
Nope, not at all.
Play anymore. Nope.
Oh, I love the team.
One that
That's
I
so
saw.
bad.
What I'm still pretty sure was either was his first appearance at any WWE show or right around his first appearance was Sparky Plug.
Oh.
And that's 2 G's on the end of Plug. Sparky.
Yeah, he was Thurman Plug originally, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Thurman Sparky Plug. Yeah. STP.
Lest we forget, Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
He was on strike. What a great gimmick.
Yeah, that
awful.
was good. He came in. Didn't he come in as MVP for a little bit, and then he went to Abe Knuckleball Schwartz?
I think you're right. I think you're
so,
right.
yeah.
He was the MVP for a little bit. Saba Simba.
Oh,
How do you
God, that was awful.
That was a
Tony
bad one.
Atlas.
Tony Atlas.
Yeah.
I had the anonymous GM as mine, but I didn't know if we could have.
That would have been a great one.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was good.
Much more recent one, fucking Retribution.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
Lars Sullivan.
He was awful too.
I mean,
It's
the
not good.
rebranding of Emelina was bad, but the repackage of Jim's favorite, Eva Marie, also
Oh my God.
very bad.
Wasn't good.
Not,
I have two more on my list. I have the Giant Gonzalez.
I had him.
Who, man, such a tall guy. The bodysuit was just
awful.
Maybe it was necessary. I don't know.
Like the first, when he first debuted at Royal Rumble, when it had actual hair.
Yep.
On the bodysuit,
Yeah.
and they just did away with the hair, and it was just a hairy bodysuit.
And my only other one, again, I stuck everything to WWE or WWF. This guy also only had one match in the WWF, and he won it. It was against a jobber, Fantasio.
I had Fantasio on my list.
Whose finishing maneuver was like just reaching in and removing the trunks, like the underwear of his opponent, which stuns them, and then he just schoolboys them.
What a maneuver!
What a maneuver!
That is
wow.
And then he pulled off the referee's underwear, and that was it. Like we never saw him again. That was
For
it.
good reason.
The match is all of 3 minutes. You can watch it on YouTube. He removed the underwear of two other men, and that was enough to get his career canceled, I suppose.
Turns me on.
I had Right to Censor on my list. I didn't think it was strong enough to make the list. Quang. I had
Quang was bad.
Quang on my list. Skinner was on my list.
Skinner always freaked me out as a kid because of the black shit, like his chaw.
Right, and it would make people drink
Make
it.
people drink it. Yeah, that one turned me off as a child.
This one I saw on the list. I don't particularly remember, but the Stalker was.
Oh
on
yeah,
that was awful.
He was that dude. That was the Summer Star. That was the Rock's debut match.
Yeah, it was. The Stalker was his.
He was his partner on the team.
Yep.
That was one of the Wyndhams, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry Windham was the Stalker.
WCW, I had Wrath.
Ooh.
Well, there was,
that's a good
Mortis
one.
And Wrath. They were both awful.
The Zodiac.
Who the fuck was the Zodiac? I don't even remember that.
Oh,
Beefcake. Yeah.
Chris the Barber Beefcake was the
One
Zodiac.
of his 17 names.
GI Bro.
Yeah.
And the Renegade from WCW. Because we can't get Ultimate Warrior. We'll have the Renegade.
Get the Renegade. That's as bad as
We'll have the
Fake
Renegade.
Razor and Fake Diesel.
I also had Rosie the
It was,
Superhero in
yes.
Training.
Yeah, that one I had.
The Berserker. Damien Demento. Which was the first match on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it was.
The Undertaker.
Yep.
The Boogeyman was on my list. The Roadie. And the Genius rounds out my list. I had 50 from the WWF. There's even some that you guys hit that I didn't even have on my list. Well, I had 50 from the WWF. I had 13 from WCW.
Oh, Aldo Montoya, the Portuguese Man of War. That popped in my head.
Almost made the list.
Yep.
That's the crazy news. There's still so many more.
There's still so many. Yeah, that we're not even thinking of.
Leaf
Garrison.
Leaf Garrison.
Leaf Garrison with Al Snow was the New Rockers. I mean, let's be fucking honest.
Stuttering Matt Morgan.
I saw Stuttering Matt Morgan when I was going through, and I'm like, let's be fucking honest.
That was awful.
Bearcat Lee.
Yeah.
Like Bearcat.
Not a good gimmick.
Certainly could have made the list, but man, yeah, definitely.
Slapjack Shane Thorne.
Well, like I said, I had
all of Retribution.
I had
right?
all of Retribution. But man, I mean, you could have had Fake Diesel as well.
Yeah, that was a Fake Diesel, Fake Razor.
With Fake Razor. My God. But certainly, obviously, so many.
So bad.
People could have made the list. Bruce Hart could have made the list, for Christ's sake.
Bruce Hart.
But that's that rounds out
Cheesy, queasy, and sleazy, the three small kings.
Well, and then you
small
had
kings.
Dink the Clown.
Yeah, he's right.
Right,
Doink,
yeah.
Dink.
Yep.
I forget what the other
Dink
ones
and
were.
Doink. There's
Wink.
King. King had
Was
like
it Wink
queasy
and one in the
sleazy.
stink? I don't remember what it was.
Pink, stink, Dink. Dink hung around for a while too. Then
Yeah, Dink was around for a while.
Clowns Are Us.
Clown.
That was the team name.
What Survivor Series? That was a Survivor Series, I think, right? That.
Yeah. They took on Jerry Lawler in his.
I'm gonna guess 90.
Court.
It feels like
it was
93.
I'm gonna guess 90. I'm gonna guess 95. Survivor Series 1995. Let's see here, because it was one of those. So let's see. Doink. Nope, Doink wasn't on that one. So let's scroll back here, because I know it wasn't 94, because that was the one. Maybe it was. The Royal. Yes, it was the Royal Family. Cheesy, Queasy, Sleazy, and Jerry Lawler defeated Clowns Are Us. Dink, Doink, Pink, and Wink.
Pink and Wink. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God! What a Bob Holly versus Quang was on that one.
Ooh, maybe that's a watch along episode.
That might be a watch along. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, there was a couple good ones on there. Adam Bomb was on that show as well. Didn't quite make the list of bad gimmicks, but
could go on there.
Could have gone on there, but yeah, Doink, Dink, Pink, and Wink with the Clowns. All right. Anything else, guys, before we close up for Thanksgiving?
No, I'm so full, and I ate so much turkey moments ago that I'm ready to fall asleep.
I'm ready. I am ready to pass out. Intern Mark, got anything to add to the end of this show here as we close out?
Let's see here. It's Thursday. Now I'll tell you what. Just enjoy that Hodecker celery. I hope whoever's preparing your Thanksgiving meal today, that they cared enough about you to get your Hodecker celery and put it in your filling or stuffing. That's all. Hodecker celery.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, boys.
All right, Ryan, you got anything?
No, I'm gonna take this time to say I'm thankful for the listeners for hanging out with us. Even Devin, I'm thankful for Devin, who thankfully for me and the rest of the 3 Count Thursday guys remained very quiet during this recording and didn't leave one comment. So we appreciate you, Devin.
Thanks, Devin.
Matt, got anything?
Nope, no one of the week this week. We were taking the week off for the holidays. That will kick back up in a month-long pursuit as we get closer to naming the Woman of the Year. So visit Instagram at 3 Count Thursday. 1 like equals 1 vote. End of the year, we will name our Woman of the Year. But to echo Ryan's sentiments, thankful for all the listeners. Thankful for all the interactions that we get on social media. We appreciate all of you guys. So have a great holiday, a safe holiday. We'll talk to you in December.
Yeah, I'm thankful for you guys, for the listeners, for everybody. But make sure you go to our website, 3countthursday.com. Follow us on social media. Subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms. Make sure you check out the merchandise over at TeePublic, as well as whatamaneuver.net. TeePublic running sales all the time, so make sure you check that out. Our Collar and Elbow brand deal. Our home network, of course, is NGSC Sports at NGSCSports.com, and our secondary home is the Leave Sports and Music Network, LEEIB Sports.com. We'll be back live next week as we start the month of December, round out the year. We'll have some fun stuff planned for the month. But until then, enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the leftovers, as all of us do. And until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin.